and you. Let's make up all the rules. Count to 10 and watch the stars turn blue. Watch the stars. We're all dreamers in our own way, trying to find our own way home through the galaxies. We're on a mission to release. We've run away from that, and I never be coming back. I see a shooting light. I think it means we'll be alright. Now it's just me and you. Let's make up all the rules. Count to 10 and watch the stars turn blue. Watch the stars. We're all dreamers in our own way, trying to find our own way home through the galaxies. We're on a mission to release. We've run away from that, and I never be coming back. I see a shooting light. I think it means we'll be alright.
Everything is dark, only ghosts in the sky. Drinking in the bar, thinking what there's a life. Everything was lost, not a soul, sing a song. When her glances met, a love story wasn't born. Two strangers dancing between the sun and moon. Two strangers playing that tune in the dunes. Two strangers, yeah. beautiful smile. Seeing your smile was the most beautiful thing in the world. When we kissed, our love story was born. Two love for sharing the sadness and the joy. Two lovers laughing like kids with their toys. Two lovers more in love, more in time. Two lovers more in love, more in time. Hey baby, let's take a walk and listen to the guitars. Walking through the grass, dreaming on the stars. Hey baby, you're from a special life. That's why I want to stay with you tonight. Stay with you tonight. That's why I want to stay with you tonight. 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 Stay with you tonight.
Before we formally start the event, we'd like everyone to feel the presence of our Lord as we watch the doxology to be followed by our national anthem.
Lead me, Lord, lead me by the hand and help me face the rising sun. Comfort me through all the pain that life may bring. There's no other hope that I can lean upon. Lead me, Lord, lead me all my life. You are my light, you're the lamp upon my feet. All the time, my Lord, I need you there. You are my light, I cannot live alone. Let me stay by your guiding love all through my life. Lead me, Lord.
Bayang magiliw, pero sa silanganan, alam ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, buyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupi, di ka masisingin. Sa daral at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mo bahaw, ay nilang ang tula at awit sa paglayang tinamahal. Ang kisap ng watawat mo'y nagumpay na nagdidinig. Ang bituin at araw niya kailan magpapit magdidinig. Lupa ng araw ng maraming pagsita, buhay langit sa likod. Aming ligaya na ba't may mamagin, at namatay ng dahil sa'yo.
A pleasant afternoon to everyone. We welcome you to Link Access Webinar Series 2020 Mental Health Episode. My name is Faye Nojeda.
And I am Monica Caparas. Together, we are your Masters of Ceremony.
So to formally start this event, let us all welcome the Computer Engineering Department, Laboratory Head, and one of the advisors of Access 2020-2021, Engineer Orlando V. Pahabera, to give us an opening remark.
Na ba? Hello. Thank you. First, I would like to commend the Access officers for coming up with this seminar about mental health awareness. Thank you because you will provide us the importance of this topic. Bakit nga ba natin kailangan ito? Especially today, we are experiencing pandemic, calamity, and others that triggers our mind mental to overthink. I would like also to thank our distinguished guests and speakers for sharing their time for us to give knowledge about this topic. And lastly, to our virtual participants, welcome and thank you for being part of this seminar. Marami tayong matututunan dito. Mental health is important at every stage of life, from childhood and adolescence through adulthood. Children with mental health problems are also a cause of concern in the Philippines. An assessment of the Philippine mental health system reported a 16% prevalence of mental disorders among children. In addition, the latest global school-based student health survey found that 16.8% of student ages 13 to 17 attempted suicide. That's why our government and other non-government units provides several mental health programs and activities like this that will help us. So let us be entertained and be informed about mental health issues. As my last word, sa may mga pinagdadaanan, daanan nyo lang yan. Huwag kayong mamalagi dyan. Narito kami, ang Access Family, handang makinig at umunawa sa inyo. Once again, maraming salamat at magandang hapon.
Thank you, Engineer Orlando V. Pahabera, for that wonderful opening remark. Maraming salamat din po sa mga nanonood ng live stream natin ngayon. Kamusta kayo? Sana okay lang kayo.
Ayan, pwede kayong sumali sa Chikahan. Just use #AccessLink2020 when posting or writing comments. And para sa question and answer portions natin, i-click nyo lang yung link na pinned sa comment section below.
And use #AccessLink2020 for the code.
So, ayan, let us now move on to the main reason why we are here. Allow us to introduce our first guest speaker.
She is the Associate Director for Database Management of Youth for Mental Health Coalition.
Certified Mental Health First Responder.
Founder of your local mental health advocate.
Career Advisor of Mondelez International.
Let us all welcome Miss Beatrice Ann Lee.
Hello! Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. Thank you, Access, for inviting me to be able to share about mental health this afternoon. We're very happy and we're very fortunate that mental health is already becoming a conversation already in society today as compared to before na taboo, sobrang parang taboo or parang sobrang daming stigma surrounding mental health, no? So it's very nice that we're talking about it right now. So ayan, so before we start lang, even those who are in Facebook Live, can we do just a short check-in? Ayan, so let me share my screen first. Let's do a short check-in lang. I want to know how you guys are. Kung kumusta kayo, how you're doing with everything that's been happening. Alam natin na it's been a few months, actually hindi few, it's been several months since we started the quarantine. It started last March pa, diba? So it has been around siguro magte-10 months na yan. So what I will be sharing with you today is taking care of your mental health during the pandemic, no? So again, as I mentioned a while ago, before we start, I just want to do a short check-in with you guys. What has been keeping you busy in the past few months? So ano ang mga bagay na kinaabalahan nyo the past few months and ever since nag-start yung quarantine? Ayan, so comment lang kayo sa live. Comment lang kayo dito sa chat box para sa mga taong nandito sa Zoom room. So share ko lang. Ako, ang ginawa ko for the past few months or what has been keeping me busy the past few months is nag-work from home ako because I have a day job. And I have also been trying to spread my advocacy further, which is mental health, to other people. So yan, nag-aabala ako sa page ko and I also volunteer for youth organizations. So with regards to mental health. So yun yung kinabibisihan ko lately. Kayo ba guys, ano ang kinabibisihan nyo lately? You can just comment dyan sa ating live or here sa ating chat box. I'm sure na since most of your students, ang kinabibisihan natin ay schoolwork. I'm not sure din kung ano ba yung ano nyo, timeline nyo ngayon with regards to school. Are you having your Christmas break already or what? Pero I'm sure there's a lot of stress that comes with studying from home, yung mga online classes natin, diba? So yan, we'll be tackling that later. Pero I just want to start off with talking about mental health, with the statement that there is no health without mental health. No? So people usually think na yung paying attention to your physical health is already enough, na parang okay lang na hindi mo masyado pansinin or you don't necessarily pay attention to your mental health because yung physical health mo is taking up yung majority of your worries right now, especially ngayon during the pandemic, and we have these health conditions to worry about, diba? So of course, yung physical health is the first thing that comes to mind when we talk about taking care of ourselves ngayong pandemic. But we usually tend to forget that mental health is also so important because it influences how we think, how we act and behave. So hindi natin pwedeng sabihin na overall healthy tayo without us talking about, or without us thinking about the importance of mental health, diba? So moving on, let's discuss ano nga ba ang mental health, diba? So when we usually bring up the topic of mental health in conversations, we usually think about mental health, diba? Yan yung mga disorders, yan yung mga anxiety, depression, bipolar disorders, schizophrenia, diba yun. I would say na when we're talking about mental health itself isn't a disorder. So more of like concept yung mental health that has a lot of different parang aspects under it. So mental disorders are one parang aspect or one category under mental health. So when we talk about mental health, we talk about the overall well-being of a person in which an individual realizes yung own abilities or capabilities, or where the individual can cope with the normal stresses of life. So kapag dumating yung mga iba't ibang stresses, kasi I'm sure wala namang taong stress-free, di ba? Lahat naman tayo nakakaramdam ng stress, lahat tayo nakaka-experience ng stress. So I'm sure that a lot of people have been experiencing more stress, especially this lockdown or this quarantine. So ayan. And then the next would be can work productively and is able to make a contribution to your own community. So when we talk about mental health as a whole, we're talking about a lot of different concepts. We're talking about how people think, how people behave, and how people interact with other people. Yan. So it's not necessarily na mental health itself is a disorder kasi lahat tayo may mental health, no? So you can't really say that, you can't really say to your friend that, uy, wala akong mental health eh. Kasi lahat tayo may mental health. It's just a matter of difference na yung mga iba may nakaka-experience ng disorder or ng illness. It's just like comparing it to yung physical health. Some people are physically healthy, yung wala kang nararamdaman ailments, wala kang nararamdaman na na parang mga sakit or something. It's just like with mental health, no? So we're comparing physical health and mental health. Tapos under nun is the illness. So lahat tayo may physical, may mental health. It's just a matter of difference na yung mga ibang tao nga, they get sick or they experience yung mental disorders or mental illness. So, yun siya. So, again, just want to emphasize this point na it's not a disorder. Mental health itself is not a disorder, but instead it is used to describe yung overall well-being of a person. Alright? So, moving on, let's talk about ano ba yung mga bagay that can cause poor mental health. So, there are a lot of factors, especially right now, ngayong pandemic, that people are experiencing. Pero, ano nga ba yung mga majority of what the World Health Organization found out about the different stressors that can cause poor mental health? So, ayan. First is rapid social change. Yan yung na-experience natin ngayon because we experience rapid social change due to the fact na we have never experienced a pandemic. Siguro, syempre, for other generations, they have already experienced yung mga iba't ibang pandemic. But this was, I think, the biggest one, in my opinion, the biggest one for our generation na naka-experience tayo ng quarantine or ng lockdown because of it since March. So, it was never something that popped into my head na I would experience na during my lifetime. Na hindi ko akalain na totoo pala yung quarantine, na totoo pala yung parang lockdown na it can really cause a lot of detrimental health effects on a person. So, when we're talking about rapid social change, then yung mismong rapid social change, naging rapid siya sa atin because yun nga, nag-quarantine. So, we're really not allowed to go out. We're not able to have our normal routines na for those who are working, papasok sila sa office nila. And for those who are studying sa mga schools, ganyan, of course, they're having that difficulty to transition to online learning right now kasi hindi nga tayo physically pwedeng pumasok sa school. So, and of course, with regards to your routine, of course, on the weekends na when you're going out with your friends, when you're meeting your loved ones, it's very difficult to adjust to a new phase of life or to a new normal nga na sinasabi nila that you can't really go out of the house on your own pace and your own schedule right now kasi we really have to be mindful about staying indoors kasi that's one way how we can prevent the spread of this virus, diba? So, yun yung rapid social change. And of course, stressful work conditions. Usually, people think that those who are working on-site, yung mga pumapasok talaga sa office are the ones experiencing the most stress because syempre, nandyan na rin yung commuting, nandyan na rin yung ano, but we tend to disregard or we tend to invalidate yung mga struggles din ng those people who are working and studying from home. It's also a very difficult task as you have to adjust to the new normal. Kailangan may online learning na. For those who are working from home naman, work from home na. So of course, since everyone's been working or studying from home, nandiyan na rin nagkakaroon ng internet interruptions, especially sa internet connection natin here in the Philippines na sometimes we experience walang internet or super bagal ng internet that we can't even attend classes or for those who are working, they can't even attend yung mga meetings nila, which is very difficult, which is very taxing on your mental health. And of course, during those meetings or those online classes, may tendency din na sometimes ang daming interruptions such as mga taong nagsasalita sa background or may mga tilaok ng manok or daan ng truck ng mga truck, ganyan. So there's a lot of interruptions. And what I really notice the difference sa parang going out to work or parang going out to have your classes, yung mga attending your classes in schools, I think the most difference of adjusting here in the new normal or this work from home setup or studying from home setup is that we tend to lose our boundaries na usually ang nangyayari kasi before when we used to go out, after pag-uwi natin, usually afternoon, konting work na lang sa bahay or konting aral na lang sa bahay and then we rest already. May rest pa rin. But the tendency right now is since we're so close to our workstation or we're so close to kung saan tayo nag-aaral, ganyan, it's very difficult for us to be able to adjust na parang kailan ba tayo magbe-break, kailan tayo magpapahinga, no? Sometimes we tend to find ourselves working or studying at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. Tapos ma-realize na lang natin na, hala, madaling araw na pala, diba? Kasi we tend to lose our boundaries with regards to that. So that's very difficult. And then some more things that can cause poor mental health, that's gender discrimination, social exclusion, unhealthy lifestyle, physical ill health, and human rights violation can all become factors or become contributors to poor mental health now. So, ang dami pala, di ba? So, we tend to forget about these stressful conditions in our life. So, now we want to focus, how has the pandemic affected our mental health? So, I know a lot of people have been anxious, a lot of people have been worrying, right now, especially kasi since we're all not just simply, studying or working from home, we're trying to do those things, we're trying to balance everything in the midst of the pandemic, di ba? So that's more taxing to our mental health as compared to yung normal lang na magsa-study ka lang or mag-work ka lang from home. So matanong ko nga kayo guys sa ating mga viewers sa ating Facebook live and also here in our Zoom room, what are the feelings that you have or siguro what are the emotions that you have felt ever since this pandemic started? So how have you been doing? So ano ba yung nafe-feel nyo? Anxious ba kayo lately? Have you been overthinking? I think I saw a comment here a while ago in our Facebook live na may nag-overthink, diba? Pag-overthinking because it's very difficult to try to stop overthinking, especially right now that we're really uncertain about what will happen in the next few months or even the next year. Kasi I never expected that the quarantine would last this long na akala ko March, tapos na siya ng March, diba? Just how many few days of quarantine, tapos na siya. Pero I never really thought na it would reach until December na Pasko na. Naka-quarantine pa din tayo, diba? So it's very difficult for people to adjust to it because usually, syempre pag Pasko, we tend to have celebrations, we tend to have that holiday spirit kahit na lately, diba? Parang sinasabi nga nila na palungkot na daw ng palungkot ang Pasko. Pero I think this, in my opinion, this year has been the saddest of all Christmases compared to the few years past, diba? Kasi may feelings talaga that we're really uncertain about what will happen, in that we're not really sure if next year babalik na ba to normal, or if the vaccine comes, will everything go back to normal, na parang we can see each other again, we can do things freely, na kunyari pumunta sa mall on our own time, ganyan. So this lockdown hasn't really, parang yung preparation ng quarantine, even though it has been long, na parang kunyari yung quarantine has been already stretched even until now na December na, since March. I think none of us are really prepared for everything that's happening. Na it's a very difficult time for the Philippines and for other countries as well, especially for our economy. So ayun. So now we'll see what are the common reactions that people feel during the pandemic. Ayan. So first is fear and worry about health of self and loved ones. So of course, you're very uncertain, you're not sure. We cannot see the virus. That's a fact. So minsan ang hirap protektahan yung sarili against that virus. And sometimes yung fear and worry na yon, that extends mostly also to our loved ones, because syempre kaya nga natin tinawag na loved ones, because we love them, we care for them. So napakahirap yung uncertainty, or napakahirap na parang worrying about them when they're going out or when they need to do errands, diba? So that causes parang detrimental effects on our mental health. Next would be changes in sleep or eating patterns or habits. So of course, since you're overthinking, you're being busy about a lot of things, you're juggling a lot of things on one time, magkakaroon ka ng parang overthinking patterns that would cause you to have changes in sleep or yung mga sleeping habits. So pwedeng mag-oversleep or pwedeng mahirapan din matulog. And yung mga eating patterns din na yan. So pwede tayo mag-stress eating, yung tinatawag natin binge eating na kumbaga. So that can be a possibility. Another common reaction would be difficulty concentrating, because the tendency is parang chain reaction kasi siya. You lack sleep if you have that overthinking pattern, overthinking cycle. You would also have difficulty concentrating with regards to the task that you need to finish. So yun. Another would be worsening of chronic health problems. So it can also cause yung mga people or the people who have been sick or have pre-existing conditions even before the pandemic started or even before this quarantine.
Hindi ba naka-ano din yung messenger niya?
Siyempre may mga pre-existing conditions.
Di ba pwedeng naka-deact yung Facebook mo pero nakabukas yun?
May possibly worsen chronic health problems right now, na parang kung kunwari, since parang meron na kayong sakit even before the pandemic, since hindi nga kayo nakakapunta sa hospitals or sa doctors for regular check-up or for maintenance, it can worsen. So that's another parang nangyayari din or parang naging nare-reaction din during the pandemic. And fatigue, even if idle. So have you ever felt that feeling na sometimes, even though no matter how long your sleep is, pagod na pagod pa rin kayo even if you wake up? Because yun yung tinatawag nating pandemic fatigue na parang, or tinatawag nating fatigue na even though how long we sleep, how long we rest, pagkagising natin, pagod pa rin tayo. Because there's always that looming feeling na we're overthinking, we're doing a lot of things. So even though we get the right amount of sleep, pagod yung emotional health natin eh. So that also affects yung physical health natin. Next would be feeling overwhelmed due to overexposure to media. So a lot of people have been spending more time on social media, especially right now, since we're not really able to go out. So yung social media na lang yung platform natin to be able to communicate with our friends, our loved ones, and of course, to be informed about the latest news. So maraming tao tend to spend a lot more time on social media right now as compared to before. So seeing those news, seeing other news, kasi we're not just talking about the pandemic here. We're dealing with a lot of social and political issues right now. So may tendency then that we will be able to feel overwhelmed. Kasi yun nga, we're dealing with a lot of things, no? So yun. Next would be feeling of grief due to uncertainty. So yung sinasabi nila na hindi mo ma-explain kung ano yung nararamdaman mo ngayong pandemic, na hindi mo sure kung ano ba to, lungkot ba to, galit ba to, frustration ba to. It's actually part of parang you can sum it up as one thing called grief. I'm not saying na lahat tayo nakakaramdam ng grief during the pandemic, but yung mga inexplainable feelings mo na ano bang mafe-feel ko na lungkot ba or inis, that can also be called grief kasi yung grief is not just applies to the feeling that we feel when we lose a loved one, pero it's also a thing that we feel kapag we're experiencing the loss of something. So in the context of this pandemic, it can mean the loss of the normalcy that we have experienced before, the loss of parang hopes na parang makikita natin yung friends natin or yung family natin soon. So it's about parang the loss of something, so the loss of normalcy, etc. So that can be called a feeling of grief. So yung mga feelings na hindi nyo alam na ano ba talaga itong nafe-feel ko, it can sometimes be grief. Ayan. So and then next would be unable to finish something fully. That can also be an effect of the pandemic because since you're very parang overthinking and then you're focusing on or you're trying to divide your attention to try to focus on a lot of things, that can cause you to not finish something fully kasi yun nga, wala na kayong motivation and then sobrang dami nyo pang iniisip, wala na kayong focus. So that can all be common reactions during the pandemic. So what I am showing you here is not just limited, yung mga reactions dito is not just limited to the things that are in this slide, pero maraming different common reactions because people experience different things in a different way, diba, from each other. So marami pang common reactions, marami pang different reactions that people feel. So here are just some yung mga common reactions that people feel during the pandemic. So marami pa yan. So bakit nga ba nararamdaman natin itong mga feelings na to? Why do we have different emotions? Why do we tend to overthink? Why do we have changes in sleep or eating patterns? We call this the fear or worry cycle. So kaya natin nararamdaman yung mga different feelings na yun kasi meron tayong tinatawag na fear or worry cycle. So the fear and worry cycle composes of parang 4 stages, no? So first is fear. Ang fear, of course, is yung normal reaction natin to threat. So during this pandemic, ang nangyari sa atin, di ba, nagkaroon tayo ng threat, which is the virus, yung COVID-19. So parang yun yung instinctive reaction natin na it's a known eh. So it's something that we have first encountered in our lives. So nakakatakot talaga siya. So it's our normal response to threat. Yun yung fear. And then the next would be worry. Ang meaning ng worry is yung pagpaulit-ulit na yung thoughts mo about the fear. So with regards to the threat that is happening to us right now, if paulit-ulit nyo siyang iniisip, that's already worrying. Parang nag-worry ka na everyday mo na lang iniisip na shocks, how do I protect myself, how do I avoid, ganyan. So that can be worry already. And then the next is anxiety. So when we talk about anxiety, it doesn't necessarily mean na we're pertaining to the disorders na pag sinabing anxiety disorder na kaagad, hindi siya ganon. When we're talking about anxiety kasi is the normal reaction naman. So, nagiging disorder lang siya kapag it already disrupts your day-to-day interactions and then nakaka-interrupt na siya sa mga personal habits mo or routines mo. And then, of course, yung mga thoughts din. So, nagiging disorder na lang siya pag ganun. And of course, when we talk about anxiety disorder or any form of mental disorders, there has to be a professional who will diagnose it muna. Hindi nyo pwedeng mag-self-diagnose, hindi nyo pwede sabihin na, mag-google ako, these are the symptoms that I feel right now. It's possibly na pwede kayong may disorder na yon, but I just want to emphasize that it has to be diagnosed muna by a mental health professional before you can say na meron kayong disorder na ngayon or before you do measures to be able to reduce effects of that disorder. Kasi it's very wrong to self-diagnose kasi there are a lot of dangers that comes with it. So, pwede kayong magkaroon ng maling gamot, etc. So, please do not self-diagnose. Very important that you would always consult a mental health professional. If you would need, if you already see parang something changing within yourself na feel mo na hindi mo na matulungan yung sarili mo, hindi ka na makapag-cope with all that's been happening around you or with yourself. So that's the time when you seek mental health professional. So when in seeking a mental health professional, not necessarily na din naman na you already have to have a disorder before you seek a professional. So not necessarily din na there has something parang there is something wrong with you para makapag-seek ka na ng mental health professional. So let's already start normalizing therapy. Let's already normalize yung seeking help from other people because we all need it. And then the next would be stress. So yung stress na nararamdaman natin is the perceived inability to diminish threats. So if we don't know what to do na para mabawasan yung effects sa atin ng stress na yon or mabawasan yung effects sa atin ng threat na yon, it's something that we will do. Ayan. So parang it's something that we feel. Sorry. So yun yung stress na nararamdaman natin. Na stress ako kasi hindi ko na alam kung anong gagawin sa problema ko, sa na-experience kong problema. Kaya siya nagiging stress. Ayan. Yan yung fear or worry cycle that we feel. So how do we now cope during the pandemic? How do we take care of ourselves? How do we help others during the pandemic? So first, let's go through briefly. Ano nga ba ang coping mechanism? So coping mechanism isn't a familiar term for most people, lalo na pag hindi ka naman psychology major. So coping mechanism just basically means na it's the things that you do to be able to diminish or to be able to lessen yung stress na nararamdaman nyo whenever something stresses you out or kapag may bagay na, yun nga, external influence or pwedeng internal influence na that would give you stress. So ano nga ba yung mga bagay niyo para mabawasan yung stress na yun or para ma-process niyo yung emotions well niyo? So, ano ba yung mga different examples of coping mechanisms? So, iba-iba siya. The coping mechanisms that are listed here is not only limited to ito lang. So, there's a lot. It's very different for all people. So, before I start with yung mga different examples ng coping mechanism, I just also want to make a disclaimer na not all coping mechanisms that have worked for other people will work for you. So kanya-kanya talaga siya. It's not a one size fits all. So you have to keep on trying different things every day to know what will work for you best. Kasi the things then that have worked for you in the past may not work for you right now. So you also have to keep on evaluating, keep on checking kung ano ba yung mga things that will work for you right now. Kasi people are constantly growing, people are constantly changing. Based on the environment and of course the different experiences that have shaped us. So we also need to do a self-assessment or to do a self-check to know what are the coping mechanisms that will best work for us. So ito yung mga different examples lang, like reading, writing, painting, watching TV, meditation, journaling, listening to music, going to therapy, exercise, stress eating, and addiction to video games. So those are just some examples of coping mechanisms that people try to do to be able to lessen the stress that they are encountering. Or kung kunyari, di ba, may influence nga or nandun sila sa situation wherein they feel so stressed out, they don't know what to do. Yun yung mga ginagawa nila, coping mechanisms to be able to parang adjust to the stress that they're feeling. So, how do you know what will work for you, diba? So, paano mo malalaman kung ano ba yung best na coping mechanism for you? Kasi most people are asking me na, Bea, ano nga ba ang best coping mechanism na ma-recommend mo for me? Ako actually, what I do kapag may nagtatanong sa akin ng ganun, I usually ask them, ano ba yung usually na mga bagay na ginagawa mo to be able to parang lessen the stress that you're feeling or ano ba yung mga bagay na nakakapagpagaan ng loob mo kapag nasi-stress ka. Kasi I can't really tell them what to do kasi first of all, hindi naman ako psychologist, hindi naman ako mental health professional. And of course, kanya-kanya nga talagang coping mechanism yan, diba? So, it's very important that you let an individual try to discover for himself or herself kung ano ba yung best na coping mechanism that work for them. So you can help them with these guide questions, no? So they can ask themselves etong mga questions ito. Like first, what helps me feel better when I'm stressed? So kapag nakakaramdam ako ng stress, ano nga ba yung mga bagay na nakakapagpagaan ng loob ko, diba? So pwede yan na maglinis ka ng bahay, mag-gardening ka, diba? So it's very different talaga. Next would be, does this help me process my emotions? So very important sa coping mechanism para malaman mo kung healthy yun for you or kapag mag-work talaga yun for you ay kung talagang nakaka-process ka ng emotion habang ginagawa mo yung coping mechanism na yun. So for example, if you're watching Netflix, parang do you just stare blankly at the screen and overthink pa rin? Or are you able to understand why you felt that certain way or why you reacted in a certain way during this time? So for example, nalagay ka sa isang very stressful situation. Kapag nagko-coping ka, when you're gardening, when you're reading a book, you're able to understand and reflect na, kaya pala nagalit ako sa situation na 'to, kaya pala ito yung naramdaman ko, kasi ganito, kasi ganyan. So, you have to be able to, allow yourself to process your emotions para next time, when you encounter that same situation again or when you're in that same situation again, you'll know what to do, 'di ba? You'll know how to react better, you will know better on how to take care of yourself better and parang react to that certain situation, diba? And how to alleviate the stress that you're feeling. And last but not least is, can I still use this today when I feel stressed? So again, I just want to emphasize the point that pwedeng may mag-work sa'yo na coping mechanism in the past, but it doesn't work for you already now. And it's okay to miss yung mga coping mechanisms that have worked for you in the past, but okay lang na magkaroon ka ng bagong coping mechanism that will work for you better right now. So, yung mga bagay na, let's say, before gardening used to work for you so much, pero now, pag nag-gardening ka, lalo kang nagkakaroon ng parang overthinking, lalo ka lang nadidistract, that's an unhealthy coping mechanism na for you right now. So, you have to keep on trying different activities every day to be able to help you understand better on what will work for you best. Ayan. So kapag nasa-stress ka, diba? Or kapag kailangan mo ng coping mechanism. So, since a lot of our plans have been derailed ngayong pandemic, kasi quarantine nga and everything, diba? How do we plan our goals during the pandemic? How can we stay on track, especially for the students and especially for the working class? How we can still stay on track with our goals even though the pandemic is happening? So before I start with everything, I just want to emphasize the point na ngayon yung nangyayari na thing sa'yo is not cancellation of your dreams, but your dreams are just, or your goals are just delayed as of the moment. Hindi naman siya canceled. So delays, hindi naman lahat ng delays, meaning nun, cancellations na. So, you have to keep on holding on to your dreams habang ngayon na we're in this quarantine. Because postpone lang sila, hindi naman sila canceled, diba? So, paano nga ba tayo magpa-plan ng goals natin during the pandemic? So, first is to reflect on goals you have set, both short-term and long-term. So, evaluate nyo kung alin ba yung mga work para sa inyo. Ano ba yung mga priorities nyo as of the moment? Ano ba yung mga goals na gusto nyo achieve even though you're in this pandemic, diba? Since we have limited resources, marami pa namang resources online. So you have to check, ano pa ba yung mga different priorities ko? Ano pa ba yung mga pwede kong abutin ngayong pandemic, diba? So you have to make a priority. Next is to list down your goals somewhere where you can see them. Kasi sinasabi nga, diba nila na out of sight, out of mind. So pag mas nakikita mo yung goals mo, if you put them somewhere, kahit sa post-it lang, in a place where you can see them now when you're working or when you're studying, mas magiging on track kayo with the different goals that you have set for yourself kasi mas naaalala niyo siya, diba? So you're reminded every day, you're constantly reminded of the things that you need to do to be able to reach your goals. So helpful that you see them somewhere. And the next would be is to reaffirm yourself that your dreams are just delayed and they're not canceled. So as yung mention ko a while ago, your dreams, pwedeng delayed lang siya at not necessarily canceled siya. Kasi hindi naman lahat ng delays, cancellations, diba? So parang flight lang yan na hindi naman, porket delayed lang yung flight mo ng 3 hours, ay meaning nun, kakancel na siya. Hindi naman lahat ng flights ganun, diba? So you have to parang keep that hope to be able to reach your dreams na okay lang yan, na kahit hindi ko siya maabot this year, okay lang yan. I'll set them for next year, diba? So, nandun yung planning, yung goals na yun during this pandemic. So, last but not the least, I just want to remind everyone to make your mental health a priority. No? So, I know that we're all juggling with a lot of different things. We're all worrying about different things, but making your mental health a priority, just like how we prioritize every aspect of our health, is also so important. So, nandiyan na yung getting enough sleep, eating a balanced meal. Ayan. So, yung getting enough sleep na yan, I cannot emphasize how important this is. Kasi although sanay tayo sa puyat ngayong pandemic, kasi ang dami ring magagandang shows kung saan lumalabas, lalo na sa Netflix, ang ating mga K-drama, di ba? So, getting enough sleep is just parang something that you really need to do to be able to take care of your physical health. Kasi if you lack sleep, nakaka-apekto din siya ng ibang aspects of your health or ibang aspects of your life, such as nakakaapektuhan siya na how you perform sa studies or how you perform sa work, diba? Kasi pag hindi ka kuha ng enough sleep, of course, may mga physical effects din yun on your body, diba? So yun, get enough sleep, eat a balanced meal. Ayan, so yung eating a balanced meal, very important din to balance yung mga veggies natin, yung mga protein natin on our meal. Kasi nakakaapekto rin nun yung quality ng thoughts natin, quality yung abilities natin for decision making on a day-to-day basis. So, kailangan din natin kumain ng nutritious food, of course. Next would be get some sunshine. Ayan. So, pag sinasabi ko dito get some sunshine, not necessarily na kailangan mo lumabas ng bahay to get some sunshine, ha? I'm not encouraging you to go out if you don't need to, ha? Yung getting some sunshine, you can just open some windows, open some doors to let some sunshine in para makakakuha rin yung katawan mo ng vitamin D. And then the next would be take a break from gadgets. Ayan. So if you can't stay away from your phone, try nyo siya i-set. May mga apps naman that parang productivity timer siya or whatever that would help you to focus on the task at hand or will help you parang become distracted to do other things rather than just look on your phone, diba? And then the next would be list down what you're grateful for. So ito gusto ko to i-emphasize kasi this pandemic, actually, nung before pandemic, what happened was, we usually tend to parang take for granted yung mga small blessings natin na receive natin in life, diba? But this pandemic, when we try to look back and see all those little blessings in life, na parang ma-realize mo na ang dami palang things to be grateful for, na it will help you jumpstart your day. So ako, ginagawa ko yung listing down what I am grateful for at the start of my day to help me remember na even though we're in this pandemic, even though it's been hard, marami pa ring blessings in my life that I have to be thankful for, diba? So, yun, it helps you jumpstart your day. It helps you feel more positive. Tsaka yung brain yung mag-release siya ng endorphins kasi you're grateful, diba? So, next would be follow your own timeline. Ayan. So, wag niyo ipa-pressure yung sarili niyo about following the timeline of others. So, linagay kayo dito sa season na to ng buhay niyo for a reason and for a purpose. So, you have to enjoy the timeline that you're in. You have to treasure all the moments that you're in. Kasi, pag lumipas tong panahon na to or pag lumipas tong season na to sa buhay niyo, hindi na siya mauulit eh. So, you have to make it a point that you enjoy, that you treasure, that you experience all the experiences that are given to you during this season. Kasi, minsan na-feel nyo, ano nga ba nangyayari sa akin dito sa season na to? Parang wala naman nangyayari ngayon. Parang ang stagnant ko sa trabaho or hindi ako okay sa school ngayon. But you have to remind yourself na yung mga waiting seasons natin, habang ngayon na like, we're waiting, di ba? Yung mga waiting seasons natin in life are not wasted seasons. So, hindi naman sila sayang kasi dito sa mga experiences na to, this is what will shape you or this is what is preparing you for something greater later on in life, diba? So, you have to treasure this moment. You have to experience lahat ng bagay na kailangan mo ma-experience, diba? So, that will help you become stronger in your future seasons in life. And then the next will be to cultivate kindness. So, lahat tayo, we all have different experiences that we're going through behind closed doors na hindi nakikita ng ibang tao. So, it's very important that we make it a point to be kind to people. Ayan. And last but not the least is to talk to someone. So this has two aspects. Yung talking to someone is one, talking to a friend, talking to a loved one, na kumustahin mo sila. And not necessarily naman na yung tanong na kumusta ka is yun yung dapat generic na ginagamit natin na, uy, kumusta ka? Kasi di ba yun yung usually natatanong ngayon and then ang magiging sagot doon ay, okay lang. And then we don't get yung mga more in-depth answers that we really want to know when we're asking how a person is. So, maybe what I can suggest is if you want really to know how a person is doing, you can ask them more specific or more targeted questions such as, kumain ka na ba today? How have you been sleeping lately? How have you been taking care of yourself lately? Natutulog ka ba ng okay? Ganyan. Ano ba yung mga iniisip mo lately, di ba? Because those are things that can get more specific answers na if you really want to know how a person is doing, at least mas okay, yun yung mga tanong na yun para directed din yung sagot nila to you. And then the second aspect, yung talking to someone, is talking to a professional, to a mental health professional if you feel like you can't handle or if you feel like parang you're not feeling like yourself anymore, diba? So you can always talk to a mental health professional, no? So maybe you're worried about yung mga budget constraints or anything, but don't worry kasi we have a lot of free psychological resources available online or psychological support that will be able to help you process your emotions, process yung mga lahat ng feelings nyo that you're feeling or that you're going through, especially ngayong pandemic. So, please feel free to look for different resources online. So, marami talaga tayong teleconsultation, marami tayong mga peers, marami tayong mga mental health first responders that are very available to talk to you if you need someone to talk to, especially ngayon. So, just want to remind everyone that you're not alone and that you don't need to be sick or you don't need to have something wrong with you before you seek a mental health professional. No? So, seeking help is not weak. It's actually something strong that you can do kasi it's a jump start or it's a way to help yourself with what you're going through if you try to seek help. So yun lang. Please, just want to remind everyone to please take care of your mental health, your physical health, your emotional health. Lahat ng aspects of your health, please take care of them, especially during pandemic. And please stay safe lagi. Thank you, everyone.
Ayan, wow, that was very uplifting. Grabe partner, unang speaker pa lang natin yan Grabe, sobrang galing kasi very timely yung mga nasabi niya since we're struggling sa online classes natin, sa mga personal problems natin, sa bahay, at marami pang iba. Ikaw ba partner, ano bang masasabi mo sa speaker natin ngayon?
Sobrang timing nga ng topic gaya ng sinabi mo kasi most of us nga na students nagsastruggle sa online class due to pandemic which is COVID-19. Ikaw ba partner, kamusta ka naman nitong online classes?
Ayun, okay lang naman. Though minsan parang nape-pressure ako kasi hindi lang, 'di ba nag-online class ako, yung mga kapatid ko rin nag-online class. So parang tinutulungan ko sila tapos may dalawa pa akong kasama ditong bata. So parang nahirapan din ako mag-manage ng time kasi na-overwhelm ako sa mga gawain. Kaya ayun, ikaw ba, kamusta ka naman ngayong pandemic at ngayong online classes?
Sobrang laki ng difference nung nag-online classes kasi pag nasa bahay ka, kailangan mo munang gawin yung mga chores bago ka makapag-settle sa klase. So, ang hirap din mag-focus kahit papano, di ba? So, yun.
So, ngayon naman, partner, we'll be reading questions from our live stream. So, ang unang question ay, ang sabi niya, paano po ba dapat i-educate yung mga taong ayaw maniwala na ang depression ay hindi gawa-gawa lang?
Okay, salamat sa question na yan. For people who are who don't believe na parang depression is real or mental health disorders are real, hindi mo naman silang ma-blame or hindi mo naman silang kailangan atakihin or i-bully into trying to believe or into believing na mental health is real, mental health disorders are real. Pero yung educating is the first step to help others into making yung mental health conversations normal na within our society, no? So, pag nakakarinig tayo ng people who say that na hindi naman totoo ang depression, hindi naman totoo ang anxiety, we have to lend a compassionate heart to them na mas try natin silang intindihin. Kahit na minsan, I know the struggle kasi pati ako as a mental health advocate, pag nakakita ko ng people telling me na hindi naman totoo yan gawa-gawa lang yan or arte-arte lang yan. There's something in me na parang nag-cringe ako kasi parang shocks. Sobrang totoo. A lot of people are suffering because of yung mga different mental health disorders. Pero what's important is this, na matuto tayong mag-empathize, na matuto tayong, since hindi pa lahat ng tao educated or aware about mental health and its concepts, kailangan nating mag-effort to be able to educate them or to be able to tell them na totoo ang mental health or ang mental disorders na people are going through a lot of things na um, the best way that you can help yourself to be able to handle those kinds of situation is to educate yourself and be aware na ano ba yung mga different concepts and bakit nga ba totoo ang mental health and how it applies to you and other people. So, ang best tip ko talaga dyan is empathize. Wag natin gawin yung parang ayaw natin na ma-feel na mambubuli tayo ng ibang tao or ibabash natin sila because of the thoughts that they have. Maging compassionate na lang tayo. Try to understand them and try to, educate educate them based on sa mga parang in an objective manner, hindi parang subjective manner na aatakihin natin yung personality nila or whatever. Best is to parang argue or counteract that with mga mental health facts and yung mga alam natin about mental health. So, yun. Hopefully, that answered your question.
So, second question po is, paano po kapag yung tinuturi mong home, yung nagiging dahilan bakit ka nawawalan ng gana, gumawa ng mga bagay-bagay? Paano po makakope sa ganito?
Okay. So, thank you for that question, no? So, pag kunyari, di ba, syempre, hindi naman lahat ng houses natin or hindi naman lahat ng home natin ay safe spaces natin. So, if you ever feel like your home or if the environment that you're in is not a safe space for you, then you have to create a safe space for yourself. Now, wherein you feel like, pag kunyari, you know that you're feeling these emotions, you've made the mistake, at least alam mo personally na ikaw, hindi mo i-judge yung sarili mo or hindi ka magiging so harsh on yourself na aabot ka sa point na hindi mo na mapatawad yung sarili mo. Kasi I think that's what we're all struggling with right now, na mapatawad yung sarili natin sa lahat ng bagay na alam nating nagawa nating pagkakamali. Pero very important that we make into a conscious effort na we put more time and we put more effort into showing ourselves more love and more understanding and kindness, especially ngayon. So again, if you can't find a safe space, you can create a safe space for yourself. So, at least alam mo sa sarili mo, no matter what is your environment, meron kang safe space for yourself. That's how you cope. So, makaka-help din dyan yung mga different coping mechanisms such as journaling or parang processing your thoughts or emotions or talking to someone who's outside your home. So, yun.
Ayan, thank you po. So, may isa pa pong nagtanong. Ang tanong niya po ay, is it normal po ba na ipinagpapabukas ko na lang lahat ng gawain and nagiging coping mechanism ko na po? Pero at the end of the day, drained ako lagi.
Oo. So, with regards to that, so, syempre ngayong pandemic, no? So, we're not really saying or you don't have to be overproductive or you don't even have to be parang you don't have to force yourself to be productive ngayong pandemic kasi I want to emphasize the point that we're all working from home or that we're all studying from home during this pandemic. Hindi lang siya simple na studying or working from home, pero ginagawa natin siya habang nagpa-pandemic. So we have to be more understanding and we have to be more compassionate to ourselves, especially ngayon na dealing with work or dealing with school. So ang best tip siguro to be able to parang become siguro more parang, kasi school yan hindi mo naman pwede, may mga deadlines tayo, diba? So hindi mo naman pwede ipampabukas yung mga ibang bagay na alam mong deadline na today. So best thing to do is to create a to-do list for yourself at the start of the day. Para malaman mo kung ano yung mga priorities mo, ano yung mga urgent, ano yung mga important, para at least yun yung lagay mo sa top of your list to finish today at i-evaluate mo kung ano yung mga things that you can still finish tomorrow, diba? So, very important that you set na kung ano ba yung mga priorities, ano ba yung mga hindi, para at least you can still rest at the end of the day, even meron ka pang tatapusin tomorrow. And helpful din sa students to create a routine para at least hindi kayo na-overwhelmed with all the things that you're doing. So, may normal routines pa rin, such as yung taking a bath, having breaks, eating dinner or lunch, ganyan. Mas maganda na paplano mo talaga yon, lalo na kung ikaw yung tipong tao na pagka sobrang busy ka, nakakalimutan mo ng kumain or nakakalimutan mo ng maligo, diba? So, very helpful na magsiset kayo ng schedule para to remind yourself na you also have to take a break, you also have to take care of yourself. Kasi mahirap din maging productive or mahirap din na matapos yung kailangan yung lahat gawin if hindi yung alagaan mo na yung sarili mo. So, yeah.
So, thank you po. So, may next question pa po. I'm finding my everyday life a loop po. Parang wala po akong na-achieve. Parang 9 months worthless. Wala po akong na-achieve kahit isa unlike others. What to do po?
Ayan. So, ito yung naman ko sa inyo kanina na during this time, you have to follow your own pace. Kasi itong season na to, habang nag-aantay ka, habang feel mo na walang nangyayari sa buhay mo, ito yung panahon or ito yung moment in your life that is preparing you for something greater that will happen on later in life. So, wag ka lang mawalan ng hope. So, ngayong times na feel mo nasa loop ka pa, try to discover new things or try to discover new hobbies that will excite you. Na I know life can be so monotonous right now na parang cycle na lang siya everyday na mag-aaral ka, maliligo ka, kakain ka, matutulog ka, pagising mo, aral na naman, di ba? I know it feels like a cycle, but you have to continually find new things that will excite you. So ako parang earlier this year, never ako nag-gardening ha, kasi sabi ko mamatay lang yung mga halaman sa akin kasi hindi naman ako magaling mag-alaga ng halaman, di ba? Pero sabi ko, since life is becoming such a cycle na for me, I have to try new things that will probably excite me. Kasi hindi mo naman malalaman kung magiging hobby mo to or hindi mo naman malalaman kung this thing or this activity that you do will excite you pag hindi mo siya trinay, diba? So, it's okay to fail. It's okay to find things na hindi exciting, na parang, okay, ginawa ko to, pero ay, hindi pala exciting for me. Okay lang yun. You just have to keep on trying new things for yourself every day to know or parang to understand what are the things that will excite you. So, parang hindi ka ma-stuck sa parang routine na to, diba? So, okay lang din magpalit-palit ng routine, kahit natitawag siya routine, no? So, routine siya because it is a certain schedule that you follow every day. Pero you can do changes to that schedule. So, pwede ka mag-insert na, like mag-gardening ka, or mag-journaling ka, or may 1 hour lang na makikinig ka lang sa music, diba? That's perfectly okay. So, you just have to plan your schedule para maka-fit doon yung mga needs ng katawan mo and yung mga fit ng needs ng school or work.
Okay, thank you po. So, ayan, parang sobrang active ng mga viewers natin. Meron pa pong isang tanong. Ang tanong po niya is, what do I need to do kapag yung mismong parents mo na yung nagiging dahilan ng mental breakdown mo and other stuffs like relating to your mental health?
Okay, so salamat no dyan sa question. I know it can be a very difficult situation no when we're talking about kung kunyari yung sinabi mo nga na parents na are the reason kung bakit ka nahihirapan or you're struggling mentally. So maybe what you can do, kasi I know naman in my heart, based on experience that our parents only want the best for us. So maybe with this generation gap, with this changing times right now, and marami din silang wino-worry about, may tendency na sometimes maging inconsiderate or may tendency na sometimes may masabi sila na would affect your mental health or may magawa sila that would affect your mental health. Pero the best thing to do about this is try to talk to them, no? First thing that you can do about this is try to talk to them. Try to be open with them na you're struggling mentally, you're not feeling okay, kasi I'm sure naman that your parents want the best for you. So kailangan mo lang silang i-heart-to-heart talk na sinasabi nga nila para to understand na ano nga din ba yung perspective nila kung bakit ito nangyayari and para malaman din nila kung ano ba yung mga pinagdadaanan mo na. So, if that doesn't work, you can always find a mental health professional or just an authority figure or someone that you can trust, like a friend, to be able to parang talk with them, to be able to share with them kung ano ba yung mga nararamdaman mo. Kasi talking with someone will help release yung mga burden na nararamdaman nyo. And they can always offer mga helpful advices. Although, disclaimer lang, hindi lahat ng tao may capacity to be able to parang makinig sa rants or to be able to give advices. So, you always have to ask a person, helpful to na you ask a person before you rant na, uy, okay lang ba mag-rant ako? Or okay ka lang ba na mag-rant ako today? Kasi pag may mga tao na hindi rin sila okay, yung emotional capacity nila, hindi rin okay, baka mahirapan silang ma-absorb yung rants na yon or ma-absorb yung mga sinasabi mo sa kanila. And pwede mo rin sabihin, iset mo yung expectations na, pwede mo rin sabihin doon sa friend na yun or doon sa person na sasabihan mo na, okay lang ba if makinig ka lang? Kasi hindi ko naman kailangan ng advice or anything right now. So, you have to set expectations din na, kung gusto mo ng advice, sabihin mo na gusto mo ng advice. Pero kung gusto mo na may makikinig lang, you can just tell them na, okay lang ba na mag-rant lang ako sa'yo tapos makinig ka. So, yeah. Thank you.
So yun, we hopefully na nasagot namin yung mga tanong niya. So thank you Miss Beatrice Anli to award the certificate.
This certificate is awarded to Miss Beatrice Anli for imparting knowledge to the students and sharing valuable insights as a guest speaker for the mental health webinar and signing the theme Chikahan Tayo, dealing with our mental health amidst the online learning during pandemic. As part of the Link Access Webinar Series 2020. We thank you for your utmost support in this webinar. We hope to see you soon in our future events, given this 12th of December 2020.
Signed by the head of Link Access Webinar Series 2020, Ms. Crisel Grafil, President of Access 2020-2021, Ms. Claire Eunice Amata, Access Advisors Engineer Orlando V. Pahabera, and Engineer Florinda H. Oquindo, and the Chairperson of Computer Engineering Department, Engineer Julius S. Cancino.
Thank you. Thank you po sa inyo lahat again for inviting me to be able to share about mental health this webinar. You guys are doing such a great job into organizing this webinar para mas marami tayong youth and as well as for the different generations na rin to learn about mental health. Thank you. Thank you everyone. Thank you sa ating
Thank you
FB
po.
Live viewer. Thank you.
Ayan, so inaasahan namin na marami kayong napulot sa speaker natin, may mga natutunan kayo or mga may mga maya-apply kayo ng mga nasabi ng ating speaker.
So now, to enlighten us on how to help ourselves and to educate us on handling our mental health,
Our second guest speaker is a mental health entrepreneur taking up her Masters of Arts in Psychology at the University of the Philippines, Diliman.
she is a longtime advocate of psychological well-being. She is the founder of Tanglao Mental Health, the Philippines' first and only social enterprise pioneering mental health education. Tanglao Mental Health have helped over 50,000 people.
Let us all welcome Miss Anne Silva.
So everyone, magandang hapon. I'm really grateful that you guys invited me here at PUP Access, And I hope you guys also na nakakain na kayo, very, very relaxed na kayo at this time. Anong oras na ba? Usually, na ngayon siesta time. But yeah, I hope you guys are in a calm state of mind so that we can talk more about how we can manage and take care of our emotions. All right, let me just share our here. There you go. All right. So again, I'm really grateful that you guys invited us to give this talk with you today, and to talk more about mental health. And by the way, just to introduce ourselves, I am Anne Silva. I'm the CEO and founder of Tanglao Mental Health. Tanglao Mental Health is the Philippines' pioneer in mental health education. So we started way back in February 2019. Just as a simple online advocacy, because we from the academy, we saw that, okay, people are aware about mental health, pero ano nga ba yung mental health para sa kanila? How does it benefit them? And so for us, we wanted to give them like research-based information about mental health. And the best way that we can do that is through posting. So we posted, and until now, we're still posting every week, different research-based information about mental health. At first, we started with depression. And gulat na gulat kami kasi after like 2 weeks, we already reached like 2 million people nationwide. Sobrang gulat din kami kasi we're like, okay, mukhang kailangan talaga ng mga tao to. And so, from just a simple online advocacy, we transformed into a social enterprise. And now we're helping schools and organizations develop their mental health policies and mental health programs that will benefit their people, their employees. And so, apart from that, dahil for us, the best way that we can really make mental health a part of our norm, a part of our everyday lives, is for us to educate about mental health. ano ba yung iba't ibang aspects, no, ng mental health. How can we help you guys develop your mental health, improve your mental health, maintain your mental health? And so we saw na we can be a resource of wherein we can provide you with the tools that you need about developing your mental health, about developing your different mental health management skills. And we're going to talk about one of those skills today. And safe to say, I am really grateful to say that we have already helped like 50,000 people help themselves. And these people come from different organizations, different organizations, different schools, no, different companies, and that's really something that up until now, no, we're still really really grateful kasi continuous yung pag-support namin sa mga taong ito. And now, no, I hope that we also give some sort of value to you, right? So I'm Ann Silva. Again, like I said, no, at saka sa pag-introduce din nila, I am the CEO and founder of Tanglaw Mental Health. But for me specifically, no, yung personal thing ko, I really want to help people, get the skills that they need to actually help other people. Because for me, like for me, it's more of in the business aspect. So how can we help other businesses, right? In supporting their employees, ganyan. So for you guys, ano yung skills na meron kayo? No? Ano yung skills na meron kayo to support the people in your area, who surrounds you, no? Ano yung skills yun? And then you can use that to help them. So actually, merong mga iba't ibang organizations, no? Merong mga gumagawa ng artwork, no? Yung mga maliliit lang na pins o kaya stickers that yung mga mental health related na artwork, and they use that to support other people. So you can do that too. So yan yung personal advocacy ko. But really, in this whole scheme of things, what we really want is for you to be able to help yourselves. Because right now, especially ngayon during the pandemic, ang dami ng tao na nangangailangan talaga ng support, ng mental health support, and there are like so few psychologists, psychiatrists to help these people. So what we really want, no, in doing this, we also want you guys to develop your own mental health, to help to take active part basically in helping yourselves. And we can start with this one talk, yung our talk about emotional well-being, right? So very simple, very quick. I want to run you through, no, sa ano ba yung how can we really manage our our emotional health, no? How can we take care of our emotions? How can we manage and control, no, yung emotions natin? Kung madalas kang nagagalit or madalas kang nalulungkot, no, how can you manage that better? So I'll be giving you like 3 simple steps. Very, very simple. No, because all of these are research-based, pero for us sa Tangla, gusto namin i-simplify as much as possible so that you guys are able to take it in, no, and really apply it in your lives. All right? So let's get right onto it. Our first step, ano yung pinakaunang step to take care of our emotions? First step is self-awareness. Just as in everything, no, whether it's mental health related or not, self-awareness is always the first step, always the first key. Because if we're not really aware of like pag nausapan natin yung mental health, if we're not really aware about how it applies to us, we can't really do anything about it. No? So that's the same with emotions, right? So usually we have a general like kind of emotion that we feel. No? It can be happy or it can be sad, it can be irritable, no? Anong klaseng tao ka? So usually some people will be describing you in terms of a certain emotion. Like, masayahin kang tao, ganun. No? So for you, ano yung nakikita mo sa sarili mo? What do you usually feel? Right? What do you usually feel when you experience certain emotions? So how do you usually react to it? How do you usually think about or perceive, no? Paano mo nakikita yung emotion mo? All right? So we do dahil we ever since we started sa Tanglaw, we started, 'di ba, in 2019, and ever since then we've been receiving messages like araw-araw we receive messages, even on weekends, even in like at the middle of the night. In the middle of the night, we receive messages like, and usually itong mga tao to either may questions sa mental health nila or like full out sharing their concern and like needing support, yung ganon. So we do all kinds of support from like emotionally giving you support to actually practical assistance na i-refer ka namin to our partner clinics, ganyan. So iba't ibang klaseng support yung binibigay namin. Pero ang napansin namin sa mga messages na yon, like, okay, parang very aware sila sa kung ano yung concern nila na, oh, I nag-breakdown na ako, wala na akong motivation sa school ko, I don't really understand kung ano nang nangyayari sa akin, I can't seem to get back up, yung ganyan, no? So, that's a certain type of awareness, no? Aware tayo sa kung ano nangyayari around us, anong nangyayari sa atin in general, no? But it's another kind of awareness to really assess na, okay, what do you do? I mean, how do you react to these kinds of situations? Or what do you do? How do you cope? And are these coping strategies really helpful for you? Right? So yun yung tinatanong namin usually to probe, to ask kung para makita natin kung asaan ba talaga siya ngayon, asaan yung awareness niya ngayon. Right? Because yung ganong klaseng awareness is, it's a practice, it's a habit. And for us, bilang kami yung sumusuporta, no, we want to enhance that as well. We want you to develop that kind of self-awareness para matulungan mo rin yung sarili mo. All right? And right, so yun yung point, no, ng developing your self-awareness. Ano nga ba yung self-awareness? Very simple. All right? Kung meron kasi tayo sa psychology na concept ng self-image. Alright? Tapos sa ilalim nun, may iba't ibang concepts. Self-esteem, self-worth, isa na doon yung self-awareness. So, pag sabi tayong self-awareness, yung awareness natin, di ba usually kapag sabi awareness, yung surrounding, ano yung nangyayari. Pero we're turning it inward. Kaya siya naging self-awareness so that we're now aware of our thoughts, our behaviors, our emotions, our reactions, yung mga ganon. No? So, we're aware of all of those things. So for you guys, how can we how can we assess kung nasan ka na ngayon? Nasaan yung awareness mo sa iyong emotions ngayon? So let's do a little exercise. Okay? And we usually do this sa mga talks. So we usually provide exercises, activities, ganyan. So you have here, ilan to? 12. We have 12 words here. Alright? And all of these are pertaining to some sort of emotion. Alright? Tapos sa taas, meron kang 1 to 5. So, for each of these words, alright, I want you guys to score them. Okay? Sa kung gaano mo sila kadalas nararamdaman. More specifically, in the past 4 weeks, in the past month, alright, gaano mo kadalas naramdaman yung positive? Gaano ka kadalas nakaramdam ng takot? Gaano ka kadalas nakaramdam ng lungkot? Ng galit. Alright? So for each of these words, you guys write your own, you guys put your own scores. Like for me, siguro sa positive, nasa 4 yan of 10. No? And pag negative, siguro like sometimes. Okay? And sa angry, siguro sometimes ulit. So yan, you guys write your own scores. And if you're done with that, let me just introduce to you kung ano ba tong ano na to. This is an actual scale, but again, this is more for educational purposes, for your awareness. Okay, this scale is called the scale of positive and negative experiences. So in short, it's called Spain. Tawagin na lang natin siya sa Spain. All right. So itong Spain, this an actual talagang usually kasi kapag i-develop ng scale, di ba, talagang may research and everything. So, ganun din dito, no? And this was developed fairly recent lang din naman, 2010 pa lang siya na-develop. So, dito sa scale, we basically ang purpose ito is awareness. All right? So, if you guys have finished scoring each of these words, all right? Tingnan natin, i-assess naman na natin ngayon base sa mga scores ninyo. So itong spin, no, it's actually looking into three things. Your positive feelings, your negative feelings, at saka yung affect balance. Hindi yan affect balance ha. Usually alam natin yung affect pero yung affect. Basically yung affect ay psychological term for emotions or mood. Yan. So ginawang fancy lang nila. Yeah, but but basically yung affect balance ay yung balance between yung positive feelings mo tsaka yung negative feelings. Alright? So, when we're scoring it, di ba, meron kayong binigyan nyo ng score bawat word. So, merong 6 words for positive emotions and then merong 6 words for negative emotions. I-add up nyo yon parehas for the positive feelings tsaka yung negative feelings. Okay? And then, yung maximum na score nito, siguro nasa 30. Tapos yung minimum nito ay 6. Kasi 1 yung lowest. Alright? So maybe sa positive emotions mo, you have mga nasa 24, ganyan, no? Tapos yung negative emotions mo, medyo nasa 15. Right? So it depends on your own case. In a past month, gaano ka common yung positive at saka negative feelings mo. Okay? And if you guys are able to sum them already, okay? I-assess natin yung affect balance. Yung affect balance. Basically, ito yung positive feelings mo minus negative feelings. So yung score niyo sa positive feelings, i-minus niyo sa negative feelings. So kung 24, yung ninyo, yung positive feelings ninyo, tapos yung negative feelings niyo ay siguro mga 10, no? Anong score nun? Medyo hindi ko rin naiisip ngayon. So you can use calculator, no? You can use a calculator. Alright. So ngayon, nakuha niyo na yung score niyo sa affect balance. Alright? Yung score niyo sa affect balance, it can range from negative 24 to positive 24. Tapos, may kita nyo parang may range yun, no? Kung nasaan kayo, that's actually the indication kung ano yung most often na nararamdaman nyo. Is it positive feelings? Is it negative feelings? Alright? So, kung mga nasa positive kayo, you experience more positive emotions. More usually than negative feelings. Alright? And this scale, this exercise, this activity is a very, very simple activity. Just for you guys to see na, to assess kung okay, nasaan na ba ako. Alright? And for me personally, yung sagot ko dito is medyo in the middle, no? Medyo in the middle. Siguro parang binabalance ko, no, yung emotions ko. No, but it's not, again, no, this is more of an educational type of activity so that you guys have more awareness. And to tell you the truth, guys, awareness is always the hardest part to anything. Okay? Being aware of our emotions as it happens, medyo mahirap. Usually kapag nagagalit tayo, like, 'di ba, andun na tayo sa hindi tayo aware sa kung ano nangyayari na parang, wait, I need to step back, nagagalit ako, no? Or yung lungkot natin. Usually, kapag nalulungkot tayo, nagsispiral down yung thoughts natin na, I did something bad, I'm a bad person, I'm worthless, I shouldn't be here. Yung ganong klaseng spiral, di ba? That's already us not being aware of, wait, I need to step back, nalulungkot ako, what is this about? Yung ganong klaseng awareness is always the hardest part. And you will see later on kasi yung second and third steps, sobrang dali na nila. Mas madali sila kaysa sa awareness. Which leads me to the second step. Ano nga ba yung second step natin? Medyo hindi obvious, no? Pero it's actually another important thing that we have to take into consideration when taking care of our emotions, and that is acceptance. All right. So when we feel certain emotions, no, merong mga emotions na comfortable tayo nararamdaman. Usually these are positive emotions. Pero when we feel, no, some negative emotions, we find it medyo mahirap, no, na i-accept. All right, because there really are some emotions that are uncomfortable for us, are difficult to accept, no, that are unpleasant for us. All right, so for me personally, it's anger. Hindi ako sanay sa na nagagalit kasi usually like I take the calm route, no, na I always take a step back before I get angry. Kapag nagagalit ako, lalayo muna ako so that I can manage it, no? So yung ganung klaseng ano, yung ganung klaseng thing, no? It's what I usually do. Kaya kapag nagagalit ako, medyo nagiging shameful ako na parang hindi ko naman kailangan magalit, ganyan, ganyan, no? So ano yun sa inyo? Ano yung emotion na yun sa inyo? What emotions are you uncomfortable with? All right. So we made a post last February, first week of February, no? And this post naging viral siya. As in to the point na other organizations from other countries were messaging us na, oh, can we translate this post para ma-share namin sa mga sa audience namin, ganyan, no? So talaga naging viral siya, and it received like a lot of positive responses, and it also received a lot of negative responses. Anong post ito? Ito yung post namin on toxic positivity. Alright? And as in talagang super naging viral siya for us, and we were surprised ourselves, pero we saw yung talagang importance niya, especially sa ating state ngayon, sa state ng country natin, sa state ng ating ng bawat generation dito sa ating country, no? And obviously, it is also very relevant in other countries. So ano nga ba yung toxic positivity? So usually, di ba, pag sabi ng positivity, we like experiencing positive emotions, or yung mga helpful na emotions, mga light na emotions, no? And toxic positivity is when we actually constantly just focus on the positive, and we ignore, we suppress, no, we deny the experience of negative emotions. So kapag tayo nag-express tayo, nag-exhibit tayo ng toxic positivity sa sarili natin, kapag nagalit tayo, kaya kapag nalungkot tayo, we will immediately feel shameful, right? So naging ganun ako sa sarili ko kapag nagagalit ako. Right? Nagiging ganyan ako. And usually, no, negative emotions, they're there for a reason. Just as with any emotion, meron silang purpose. Diba? Pag nagagalit ka, usually, that's indicating that something important to you has been offended. Alright? Something na binavalue mo na natapakan. Right? Or na disrespect. So for example, kaya nagagalit tayo kapag merong importante sa atin, like respect sa atin sa sarili natin, and we were disrespected by someone, nagagalit tayo, diba? So every emotion has a purpose. We just have to understand, again, self-awareness. We have just to understand why we feel those certain emotions. All right? So when we express toxic positivity to ourselves, we feel that shame, no, na we feel guilty, na I don't want to experience this, no, so we're just gonna focus on the positive. All right? And that in the long run can be harmful to us, kasi kapag kinikimkim natin, no, when we're suppressing our negative emotions, andyan lang sila, hindi sila lalabas. So kapag kinimkim natin, no, nagpapatong-patong yung negative emotions na yon, and then next thing you know, nag-breakdown ka na. Next thing you know, nag-burst ka na sa galit, right? Because that's when we're suppressing our negative emotions. We're not expressing them, right? And when we express toxic positivity, or when we exhibit toxic positivity to other people, nagiging ano rin siya, it's also unhelpful to the other person. Kasi nasisira yung trust, no, between you two. So for example, pag may lumapit sa'yo, tapos nag-express siya ng lungkot, ganyan, iniiyakan ka, tapos ikaw nasa isip-isip mo, ano ba naman to? Hindi man kailangan maging super nega, ganyan, no? So that's already exhibiting toxic positivity. It's a lot worse kapag sinabi mo yun, or in-express mo yun sa kanila na parang, you don't really need to feel that emotion, yung ganon. So that's already toxic positivity now. And why am I sharing about this toxic positivity? Because we have to be aware again, no, of the emotions that we're uncomfortable experiencing. Okay? We have to look into ourselves and ask ourselves, ano nga ba yung mga emotion na medyo ayokong nararamdaman, right? And do I try to experience them? Do I try to sit with these emotions? Huh? Do I try to understand kung ano yung purpose nila or hindi? Do I just like push them down, right? When because we have to have like a proper balance of those positive emotions and those negative emotions, diba? We have to experience all of them. But okay, experience them, but not in a way that we let them drown us. That's why we want to manage them. All right. So for you guys to accept difficult emotions, you can like simply write about it. Like for example, kapag nasa labas kayo, you can tapos may bigla kayong burst no na irritable na like for example, irritation, no, bigla kayo na irita. Why don't you write that down? So ako personally, sinusulat ko sa notes ko sa phone. So that I can write down kung anong nararamdaman ko. And then, magugulat na lang kayo. Now, if you look back at those notes, no, makikita nyo na, ganito pala yung reaction ko kapag ganito yung naramdaman ko. Like, o kaya, ito pala yung siguro ito yung emotion na medyo ayoko nararamdaman. So, sinusuppress ko. Ganyan. Right? And this really is a very important step, to accept our emotions just as they are, to accept our emotions and understand them. Because when we do try to accept all of our emotions, no matter how positive, no matter how negative, it actually helps us balance out it, no? And helps us manage our mental health better. Alright? So, it goes two ways. No? Kapag tinutulungan mo yung emotions mo, yung emotional health mo, you're also helping your mental health. Right? And the last step that I want to share with you is pretty obvious. Okay? Healthy expression. Okay. So, itong healthy expression, basically, lagi naman tayo nag-express, diba, ng emotions natin. We express our emotions, but it's a question of like how healthy or how unhealthy they are, right? Simple lang naman yung yung point nito, 'di ba? So, like I said earlier, 'di ba? For me, anger is really this is the most difficult emotion. Nahihirapan akong i-manage ito, nahihirapan akong i-control ito, no? And even to accept. Right? So I usually I really just try to stay calm. I try to like stay away, no, para ma-manage ko yung sarili ko and then I come back, right? So this certain I had an encounter with anger a few days ago, and it was with my mom, right? Because alam naman natin usually we really at some point nagkakaroon tayo ng conflict with our parents, di ba? Lalo na kapag tayo, we're expanding our horizons na expose tayo sa iba't ibang bagay and we learn so many things. So usually, we outgrow our parents, right? So parang meron tayong mga bagay na natututunan na hindi nila alam, no? And that's usually a cause of conflict between parents and kids. So that happened with me a few days ago. Na for me, I was really changing because I read a lot of books. I watch a lot of videos. I'm really trying to expand myself, unlearn unhelpful beliefs, no? I-unlearn yung mga unsupportive beliefs and then reinforce healthier beliefs about myself, about my work, no? About doing what I'm doing about my life, no? Yung ganon. So, that was a good thing for me. Pero on the part of my mom, it was for her parang you're losing yourself, you're changing, hindi na kita kilala. Ganun yung pagkakita niya doon. And talagang nagalit ako because Diba? That's something that's important to me, and it was offended. And it hurt even more so dahil for me, she's like my biggest rock. Like she's my biggest supporter ever since. So for to hear that from her, it really hurt me, right? And parang she's the person that you least expect, to not understand. So that was my feeling there, no? Talagang nagalit ako, and I got so highly emotional to the point na umiiyak na ako, and I was yelling at her. And on her part, syempre nasaktan din siya kasi like ikaw, like ba't mo ako sinisigawan, no? Yung ganong klaseng disrespect din. So nagalit din siya, right? So yung ganong klaseng highly emotional, that's not a healthy expression, di ba, of our emotions, right? And for us, simple lang naman expression natin ng emotions. So, ang emotional expression natin, it's when you acknowledge them, no, or accept them with our previous step, no? And understand how to express them in a way that will support us in the long run. So for me, in that moment, hindi siya naging supportive. Fortunately, with a bit of self-awareness, no, I got to like calm myself right in that moment and explain to her na, okay, nagalit ako. I'm sorry that I said those things, pero nagalit ako dahil ito yung nangyari. Okay? So yung ganong klaseng processing, medyo high level na yon. So that's why I said earlier na talagang it takes practice to be aware of your emotions as you experience them. Huh? So there really is a difference, obviously, between healthy expression and unhealthy expression, right? So kapag nagagalit ka, usually, like in the heat of the moment, there's no healthy expression of anger. Usually, kunwari pag sa bata, di ba, pag nag-tantrum sila kasi nagagalit sila, nag-frustrate sila, magwawala sila, right? So that's usually an unhealthy expression. How do we express our anger in a healthy way? Honestly, for me, like in my perspective, at least in my opinion, there's no healthy way of expressing our anger. But again, kasi kumukontra sa akin yung uncomfortability ko about diba, about anger. So then how do we express our anger in healthier ways? Well, first thing, kapag galit talaga tayo, we're highly emotional. So we have to first calm ourselves. No? We have to have that self-awareness. Yung first step natin, we have to have that self-awareness to understand, okay, nagagalit ako, I need to take a breath. No? I need to reel back and look into why I'm feeling this way in that moment. So if you can't do that in that moment right away, no, or like ngayon na hindi mo pa nagagawa yon, you can like take a step back, take a walk, magsulat ka muna, makinig ka muna sa music, anything you can do to calm yourself down, and then bumalik ka in that conversation, talk about it, why you felt the way you felt, and just so that you have a proper communication already, right? O kapag nalungkot ka, ano usually yung unhealthy expression natin? Usually, nagwi-withdraw tayo. We withdraw ourselves, ina-isolate natin sarili natin, and then we just, we go inside our heads. No? Na nag-iisip tayo na, oh, I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, I shouldn't be here. No? Yung mga ganitong klaseng expressions na sa sarili natin, they're already unhealthy. So how do we express our sadness in a healthy way? It's okay to cry, all right? It's okay to cry when you're feeling sad. But it's also good to understand why you're feeling sad. So again, you can write it down, no? You can, so that, kasi pag sinulat mo kasi talaga makikita mo na as it happens na, okay, ito yung nararamdaman ko talaga kasi ganito. Because when you write it down, it forces you to be objective. It forces you to organize your thoughts. It forces you to become, kumbaga, yung third person na parang, it makes sense kung bakit ako nalulungkot. Right? And then from there, no, what do you do with your sadness? You find ways to cope with what you're experiencing, to calm yourself, to make yourself feel better, no? So for me, it's usually watching on Netflix o kaya playing games. So those are usually ways for me to help ease my sadness. And from there, you want to address yung healthier ways in expressing your sadness. Okay? So it can look like whatever for you. But it really ultimately depends on you being aware. Like I said, no, kaya sabi ko earlier, yung first step is really the hardest. It's always the hardest, right? So you can find ways, no, to manage your emotions better. Whatever the emotion you feel, your experience, you can find ways to manage them better, right? So like usually, very common sa atin yung sinasabi na, oh, maligo ka muna, masyado ka nagagalit, no? Because a shower helps like cool our heads, di ba? So it calms us immediately. And it makes us focus on another thing that's there right in front of you. So talaga immediately you're gonna be calmer, right? Um, um, we can also express our emotions or by developing your awareness natin through writing, through talking with other people. So like I said earlier, di ba, pag you ask a person to describe you, no? May usual sila na i-describe sa'yo in terms of emotions. So, masayahin ka, ay malungkutin, o kaya, ay irritable, magagalitin, ganyan. So, kung you can ask those same people na, alright, napansin mo ba kung like, ano usually naging reaction ko kapag nagagalit ako, kaya kapag nalulungkot ako, no? So that they can also help you, no, become aware of how you express your emotions, right? Because there are always we can always find better ways to express our emotions. Okay? And these three steps, they're very, very, very simple. Huh? They're very simple but hard to do. Okay? So like with even my story earlier, no? Even like us, mental health professionals, we're only human. We we don't have to be perfect all the time. We don't have to be happy all the time. All right? Like I said, it's okay to cry if you're sad. Right? It's okay to feel what you're feeling. Because that's another important thing, that you have to sit with what you're experiencing. You have to really accept it, but not let it drown you. Not to the point that you're gonna let it drown you. Okay? So itong tatlong bagay na to, they're very simple steps just for you to gain a bit of more direction, no? When you're trying to look into how you can manage your emotions better. Right? So yun yung very simple steps for you guys to understand. And ito naman din talaga yung pinaka-purpose namin kung bakit why we're doing what we're doing. Basically, we want to help you guys understand your own mental health, how you really are, how your emotions are, no? And how you're coping with it, how you're managing those emotions. Because sometimes taking care of our mental health, it doesn't always mean like coddling yourself. It doesn't always mean like oh, it's okay, like that. No, sometimes managing our mental health, managing our emotions, we have to like push ourselves. We have to take action, right? We have to take action in really like understanding yung emotions natin, and having that self or like self motivation or intrinsic motivation, no, to push ourselves to better ourselves. Okay, so itong this talk is just a very simple talk, right? If you want to know more about, I think we have a post about emotions. Yeah, about emotional regulation. We have a post on that, so you can check that out on our Facebook page. But if you do no have any questions, meron naman tayong Q&A dito, diba? So you can ask questions on the comment box, no, or chat box, wherever you can ask, no. we're gonna have a Q&A naman. But if ever you do have questions after this talk, you can also message us. You can always message us on our Facebook page or Instagram, no, at Tanglao Mental Health. Or if mas prefer nyo na mas pen pal, no, gusto nyo i-share yung buong story nyo, you can also do that. You can message us at tanglaomentalhealth@gmail.com. We're always there to support. Although pag weekends nga lang, we do take self-care weekends. So yung mga yung support specialist ng Tanglao, they're on a self-care weekend break. All right, but just feel free to message us, no, if you do have any questions, and so that we can also really help you, help yourself, and educate ourselves as well. All right. So maraming salamat ulit. Again, I am Ann Silva of Tanglao Mental Health. I'm really grateful to be here.
Grabe partner, alam mo may napansin ako.
Ano yan? Baka napansin ko na din.
Parang kapag may anyong pangalan, magaling mag-alaga, ang sobrang sarap maging kaibigan.
Hello, oo nga, no, speakers na natin yung may an sa pangalan. Pero anyway, ngayon, magbabasa na ulit tayo ng mga questions mula sa live stream natin. Kindly click the link pinned in the comment section and use access link 2020 for the code.
So again, you may use hashtag AccessLink2020 when you comment and post about us. Tara na at magchikahan tayo.
So, may unang question po. First question is, what are the reasons that led you up to your current self?
Sige. Tingnan natin, medyo i-breakdown natin. Ano yung reasons that led me personally up
Apo.
to who I am now. Tama ba? Okay. So, medyo backstory, no? Tama ba? Medyo backstory ba to? Alright. So, actually, I appreciate that question. Very, very rarely do people actually ask about yung past. No? But, so before Tanglao Mental Health was created, we were actually, I am just a normal student, kasi I was also an undergrad of psychology, and during that time, I was also a student leader, but I was in a toxic relationship. As in toxic, as in to the point of I was being gaslighted. Ganon. Kasi meron ako nung time na meron akong savior mentality. Alam niyo yun, yung I can save you, yung ganyan, I can make you better, yung ganyan. So yung ganong klaseng cliche that happened to me, and that was really, what was really difficult at that time was that I was a student leader, but then inside, medyo nabe-break down na yung self-worth ko, bumababa na yung self-worth ko. Fortunately, I had support all around me. I was supported by my juniors. I was supported by the staff members. I was supported by my friends and my family. So it was easy for me to get to that point na mas self-aware ako na okay, mukhang hindi talaga ako okay. Mukhang nagagaslight talaga ako. So at that point, it took a lot of guts to really get out of that toxic relationship. But it was that point that I realized na, like, parang, alam mo to, nagkaroon akong parang apoy sa loob ko. Tapos sabi ko, I don't ever want to see other people experience the same thing. I don't ever want to see people break down. I don't want to other people to hurt it as much as I did, or worse. No, I don't ever want to face that kind of thing again and see other people experience that same thing. And so that's really part of the inspiration kung bakit nagsimula itong Tanglao Mental Health. No? And that's why it's still going today. No, because actually yun talagang bumubuhay sa amin ngayon. I mean, like motivation-wise, no, bumubuhay sa aming motivation are the people who are messaging us. They're the ones who are really like, oh my God, like, yung makikita mo yung thank you nila, yung appreciation nila. Talagang for us, yun yung something na parang, parang it makes our day basically, that we are able to help those people, support those people. So yun, that's a bit of a back about about what led me to where I am now.
Ayan, thank you so much po. So yung next question naman po is, what if I don't have someone to talk to? Or more like, I'm afraid to talk kasi feeling ko magiging burden lang nila ako. Is it normal po ba?
Mm. Actually, it's more common than you think. No, it's more common than you think that you think na magiging burden ka lang. And it's usually a reflection of yung self-worth natin. Kapag mababa yung self-worth natin, yung tingin natin sa sarili natin, we feel like we don't deserve things. And we don't deserve support. Right? So it's like those things, mahirap siyang i-improve by ourselves. So usually we want I would want you to find your tribe, find your support. Whether it's not your friends, whether it's not your family, whether it's like just an online group, no, or an organization, or even like messaging like organizations like us, no, mag-share kayo ng concern just so that it can alam mo yun, parang umangat naman ng onti yung burden na nararamdaman ko. Because that's very important. When we don't believe in ourselves, when we don't feel that we deserve things, we can always like ride on other people's belief. Because those other people who can support you, they see you a different way, right? They see you as someone who's more deserving of support, just as much as you see them as deserving of support, diba? So you can always ride on other people's belief. Sakyan mo yung paniniwala nila na deserving ka. Sakyan mo yung paniniwala nila na worthy ka. And from there, lift yourself.
So yun, thank you po. Tapos may next pa po, normal lang po ba na ini-invalidate ko yung sarili kong emotion because of my past experience?
Well, it's common, but I wouldn't think it's normal, like in a healthy way. Okay, like it's normal, but people express that in a negative way, right? So with our past experiences, talagang matigas na or very tight yung hold sa atin ng past experiences natin. Usually when you try to define yourself, like, sino ka ba? You always define yourself by who you were, no? And that's something that's really that we need to a bit break apart from, because who you were in the past is not who you are now, right? No, you have to look into, where am I right now? Am I happy with where I am now? Am I happy with who I am right now? No? And from there, you can always doon mo may realize kapag when you break apart from your past self, doon mo may realize that you are in control of where you are now. You are in control of where you go. So you are also therefore in control of your own emotions. You're in control of choosing to sit with your emotions instead of invalidating your emotions, because that's still part of you. And invalidating your emotions, your own emotions, is also invalidating you. So yun, I think that's something that you can think about.
Thank you so much po. So yung next question naman po is, normal lang po ba yung pakiramdam na akala mo tanggap mo na pero next day andun pa rin yung sakit and yung galit and it's affecting your relationship with others?
Okay. Medyo hindi ko makita yung context na parang anong galit sa like ano yung negative like gano'n. Kasi it's a bit vague, but I can siguro answer yung in a very general sense, no, na kapag nakakaramdam talaga tayo ng sakit, or it's inevitable, di ba? Pag nakakaramdam tayo ng galit, it's inevitable. But something that is within our control is how we understand that emotion, how we how we manage that emotion within ourselves, okay, and then how we find a way to express them in a more healthy way. So for example, kasi talagang if it's already affecting your relationship, it already means na you're not you feel that you're not in control of it, diba? And kumbaga, we're letting our emotions run us over. We're letting our emotions control us, right? So we want it to be the other way around. We want to be more in control of our emotions than it is of us. Okay? So kapag naapektuhan na yung relationship, ibig sabihin yun na yung indication man. But it really, again, it really, ano mo to? Nakabase siya sa kung ano yung pagkakaintindi mo to. Nakabase siya sa kung paano mo siya i-handle. Right? Paano mo siya i-organize sa isip mo, paano mo i-rationalize sa isip mo, okay? And then expressing them in such a way, like even speaking to another person about it, it automatically makes it better, no? Because like for me personally, I have seen families who are really not talkative about their emotions. No, yung may mga pamilya ako nakikita na hindi kami ganung expressive ganyan. So nagbe-build yung galit, nagbe-build yung to the point na nagsilayasan na kayo't lahat-lahat dahil alam mo yun, nung bigla na lumabas yung galit, right? So yung ganung point, we don't want it to get to that point, right? So as early as possible, as early as now, we'd want you to express them, to share them with other people.
So, thank you po. Tas last question na po is, how can I regain my motivation in school? Sometimes I think it because it is online, or it's because I'm not in the course I wanted.
Great. So ulitin natin. How can I regain my motivation?
Motivation.
Sometimes I think it's because it's online.
Apo,
Okay. Or it's because I'm not in the course I
I
wanted.
wanted.
Okay. So, then, actually, parang sinagot mo naman na yung yung rason, di ba? Sinagot mo naman na yung rason kung bakit. And with like a certain reason, there's a corresponding solution, no? But actually, it's understandable, no, na nawawalan tayo ng motivation to study online, no, yung ganyan. Kasi ako personally, I'm still actually in my graduate school, no, at the University of the Philippines. Tapos, we are also doing online, right? And sabi ko, sige, kuha muna ako ng isang course kasi baka hindi ko talaga kaya or hindi ako motivated. And it turns out, medyo hindi nga. So, hindi nga talaga ako na-motivate. But, motivation then, in that case, we really have to rely on yung nasa loob. So, we have this thing called intrinsic motivation. And it's opposite to extrinsic motivation. Meaning, na-motivate tayo to continue doing something dahil may external rewards tayo. Like, nagkatrabaho tayo kasi binabayaran tayo. Kaya nag-aaral tayo kasi we get our parents' approval or we get our parents' support, no? Yung ganyan. And intrinsic motivation, on the other hand, is more of you doing something because you want it. You doing something because you love it. You doing something because it's something that will help you in the future, right? So, reminding ourselves of yung mga ganong bagay, yung internal rewards, no, ng paggawa ng isang bagay. So in school, for example, maybe it would be good to remind yourself constantly, araw-araw, like pagkagising mo, like bakit nga ba mahal ko yung school? Ganon. As in, araw-arawin nyo. Kasi kailangan nyo ipukpok sa ulo nyo yon. Kasi kung makakalimutan nyo, I swear. Minsan ako nakakalimutan ko din. So yun, di ba? Kailangan pukpukin nyo rin sarili nyo yun. So that you have, you maintain that motivation. Right? But sometimes talagang, alam mo, sometimes, wag na lang nating pilitin, no? Yung may mga times na hindi talaga natin mapipilit. No? Wala nang magagawa. Because for me, that also happened when I had my first job. No? And that time, hindi talaga ako motivated to do it. Kasi parang nagawa ko na lahat ng magagawa ko na matututunan ko, tapos wala na akong ibang matututunan, parang ganyan. So parang, for me, nawawalan ako motivation. So in those instances, sometimes the thing to do is just to get through it and then be done, right? If you're not, like, if you can find something that's within your control, by all means, do it. No? By all means, resolve it. Like, for example, if you feel that you're not in the course that you wanted, then look for the course that you really want and then shift, right? Because that's something that's within your control. Regardless na yan, ibang factor din yung opinion ng ibang tao. We can also be affected by other people's opinion, especially when it comes to motivation. But really, ultimately, the point there is you can look into the things that you can control, right? Look into the things that you can control and manage it from there. Right? Because yung mga hindi natin kontrolado na bagay, we can't really do anything with it. Alright? So I hope that helps. So medyo magulo yung yung pinagsasabi ko. I hope you understood yung question, whoever asked this. Yeah.
So, yun po. Thank you for your wise words and insights, Miss Ann Silva.
Thank you rin.
To award the certificate,
So this certificate is awarded to Miss Ann Silva for imparting knowledge to the students and sharing valuable insights as a guest speaker for the mental health webinar and signing the theme Chikahan Tayo, dealing with our mental health amidst the online learning during pandemic as part of the Link Access Webinar Series 2020. We thank you for your utmost support in this webinar. We hope to see you in our future events, given this 12th of December 2020.
signed by the head of Link Access Webinar Series 2020, Ms. Crisel Grafil, President of Access 2020-2021, Ms. Claire Eunice Amata, Access Advisors, Engineer Orlando V. Pahabera, and Engineer Florinda H. Oquindo, and the Chairperson of Computer Engineering Department, Engineer Julius S. Cancino.
Ayan, thank you so much po ulit, Miss Ann Silva. So far, we've heard two women impart their knowledge on handling our mental health.
So before we proceed to our last speaker for today, we present to you one of the prides of Computer Engineering Department, Mel 4.
Wake up in the morning feeling live. God must be really on my side. Got the baddest picture by my side. Cash make the pussy come alive. Thank God that I'm alive. I've been popping on my life. We in the dicks like mother. I've been popping on my life. Thank God that I'm alive.
No girl can tell me about my mother. 16 shots, we go longer than another. Them nothing talk, but they real done dada. Put money in a pot, them a bun like rubber. No boy can diss me or my mother. Round here in size, everybody need armor. 16 shots, we go shot her in the bladder. No girl can tell me about my mother. 16 shots, we go longer than another. Them nothing talk, but they real done dada. Put money in a pot, them a bun like rubber. No boy can diss me or my mother. Round here in size, everybody need armor. 16 shots, we go shot her in the bladder.
So we get it. I'ma get it. So we get it.
He don't know me, but he's setting up to blow me. Send my Twitter picture on him and Naomi. Wanna low, I used to holler at his homie. Fucking now I'm about to ride him like a pony.
Hey baby girl, me like how you talk when you press video wall. Yeah, make it red like we met Montreal. First place till you home and get it done. Me don't need no Saturday and free.
She have the class,
That's a point on his bike.
like a snake on the grass.
Me test a bed skill.
And you know she
she a fast. And she a come fast, me a surf so fast. She's so fun when she whine and she mind. It's a crime to be blind when she shake all the time. She decides that's just hype and psych. She wild out the life and on night we go crazy on.
Teach me how to duck. Teach me how to duck. Teach me how to duck. Teach me how to duck.
Everybody love me. Everybody love me. Everybody love me. You ain't messing with my duck.
Teach me how to duck. Teach me how to duck. Teach me how to duck. Teach me how to duck.
Everybody love me. Everybody love me. Everybody love me. You ain't messing with my duck.
First things first, I'ma say all the words inside my head. I'm fired up and tired of the way that things have been. Oh, ooh, the way that things have been. Oh, ooh.
Ang nakaka-proud kasi ang talented talaga ng mga CPE. Nakita mo naman kung gaano kagaling yung Melfor. Ano naman masasabi mo sa Melfor, partner?
Kitang-kita nga yung passion ng bawat isa pagdating sa pagsasayaw eh. Ang lulupit na, pero before that, if you have questions pala you'd like answered, feel free to message us or yung Tanglaw at Tanglaw Mental Health on FB or IG. So maraming salamat Mel for Dance Crew sa pagpapatunay kung bakit kayo ang best dance crew noong CPE Fair 2018.
So ngayon naman, dumako na tayo sa ating last but definitely not the least speaker of the day.
To tell you more about where she is from, One Hugs is a non-profit organization that aims to #be there providing a safe space digitally.
They provided Juan as your online friend where you can talk without the fear of being judged.
He is the co-founder of One Hugs.
Let us all welcome ni SCM Yaneza.
Ano?
Ayan, partner. So, kamusta ka naman ngayong araw?
Ang init, no? Ang init ng panahon. Kamusta kaya yung mga viewers natin ngayong oras na to?
Oo nga, yung mga gusto magpa-shoutout dyan, mag-comment lang kayo sa ating live stream. Ayan.
Yung mga tropa namin third year dyan, comment kayo dyan.
Ayan. I-comment nyo kung anong nararamdaman nyo ngayon. Kunwari, feeling blessed, feeling happy. Ayan.
So, si Carl Mendoza daw lang yung sumabit yung paa. Yung nagper-perform yung Melfor.
Wala daw sa...
Carl, ang ikli daw ng BS mo.
So, ayan, mukhang ready na po ang ating guest speaker for today. Let us all welcome again Miss CM Yaneza.
Hello guys, thank you so much. Audible ba ako? Naririnig po ba ako?
Yes.
Clear na ba? Okay. So, mag-start na ba? Okay na. Hello everyone. Sorry, medyo hindi ko kasi sure if I'm audible or hindi ba ako choppy, but I think we're good na, no? May signal na from the tech team. Okay na po ba tayo? Alright, thank you so much, assistants. Anyway, hello guys. So to start my talk right now, gusto ko lang kayong kumustahin. So, kumusta ba kayong lahat dyan? Today, we're gonna talk about emotional being during the pandemic. Kasi this past few days, lahat naman tayo nagsistruggle. Diba? So, I'm here para kumustahin kayo and to help you sort things out. So, siguro next slide po tayo, please. Okay. So, before I start my talk, gusto ko, along the way, as I discuss, as I share with you guys mga important details na makakatulong sa inyo to cope up with your emotional well-being. Gusto ko, lahat ng nanonood right now, actually, wala akong access kung ilan yung nanonood right now. I hope everyone's watching. Mag-participate kayo. So, yun. Merong 57 viewers. So, kumusta kayo lahat dyan? 57 viewers. Some of those are my friends. Some of those are engineering students, right? From this organization. So, yun. Meron akong little game na I'd like to play. It's called, What Do You Value the Most Right Now? So, sige. Ano ba to? Parang ang overwhelming kasi nung question na parang what do you value the most right now? Parang right now, since it's pandemic, lahat tayo, ang pwede nating sagutin na binavalue natin right now is good health. Diba? Parang yun yung something na underrated na we should all be thankful for. Kasi na healthy yung parents mo, healthy yung family mo, yung friends mo, and healthy ka din. Diba? So parang yun yung something na binavalue mo right now. And it's okay if your answer is, yun nga, na health. But, ganito, meron ako little activity na I'll get back to you later on this one. Bago matapos yung talk ko, I want you to use the hashtag, kumustahan. Diba? Some of you, pag kinukumusta, nagiging emotional. Parang, niiyak kayo. So, this one, hindi ko naman kayo papaiyak eh. Papatahanin ko nga kayo, kaya nga ito ay kumustahan. So, I'd like you to upload a photo of your answer. For example, your answer kasi, yung what do you value most right now could be a material thing. And no judgment dito. This is a safe space. So if you value, for example, meron kayong pinurchase something online. Oh, tomorrow is 12/12, diba? So, today is 12/12. So, marami kayong pinurchase online. So, if ever this is very important to you, sige, picturean yan, post nyo on your Facebook, Instagram story, or on Twitter. Tapos, itag yung OneHugsPH and then use the hashtag kumustahan. And then, babalikan ko kayo later on that. I just want to see your answers kung ano yung binavalue niyo right now. And from there kasi, we'll be sharing that also sa page namin for everyone to see. Alam mo yun, sharing tayo, ano yung mga binavalue ng isa't isa right now. Kasi iba-iba naman tayo, di ba? So it could be a material thing, it could be your family's good health, it could be baka during the pandemic, struggling ka sa online classes, yet nasa-survive mo, ikaw ay Dean's Lister pa din or President's Lister. So, yun. I-share niyo yun. Gusto kong makita. I'm so excited to see. Kasi sharing is caring, di ba? Let everyone know what you value most right now. Baka yun din yung binavalue nila or baka yun yung naglalak sa kanila. Let's inspire one another. So, feeling ko naman clear na ako on that instruction. No? So, siguro, proceed na tayo sa next slide, please. Yan. So, like what I have mentioned a while ago, during the pandemic, we are all struggling emotionally, diba? Sobrang thankful ako when I ask my friends or my siblings na, uy, kumusta ka ba ngayon? Dahil, kumusta, nalulungkot ka ba? Ano ba? Kapag ang sagot nila, I'm okay, and they really mean it, ang sarap sa pakiramdam. Kasi ang lungkot-lungkot this past few days dahil nga sa maraming nangyayari. Pero underrated na okay yung friend mo. Diba? So, I'm here to share with you the 6 human needs by Anthony Robbins. And this might help you figure out kung ano yung nararamdaman mo. Kasi minsan, sobrang dami na nating emotion na nararamdaman, sabay-sabay. Hindi na natin alam mag-function ng maayos. Apektado na tayo physically because of what we're feeling right now. So, yun. One of Anthony Robbins' human needs daw ay certainty. On the next slide, please. So, first, sense of security, safety, and comfort in the world. So, feeling ko, some of you na nasa bahay, syempre, online class kayo, diba? So, everything is online, walang physical interaction. So, nami-miss nyo na din yung friends nyo. Nami-miss nyo yung interval per class discussion na, diba? For example, meron kayong lecture, tapos, nakakapagod kasi sunod-sunod, madugo, math mga future engineers. So, madugo, madaming math. So after that, at the end of the day, kahit feeling nyo out of 50 items, 2 lang yung nasagot nyo, yung mga ganong feeling, na-motivate pa rin kayo. Kasi at the end of that subject, meron kayong friend para sabihin na, okay lang yan, ako nga, 1 lang yung nasagot ko. Yung mga ganon, na parang making it bearable, yung mga struggle nyo. And right now, na-confused kayo kasi nawawalan kayo ng sense of certainty na hindi nyo sure kung kailan nyo ulit makikita yung friends. So I'm not saying na it's not gonna happen, but I'm sure it's not gonna happen soon. So, ayun. Kasi it's not safe pa outside, diba? So, yun yung mga struggle na nararamdaman natin na kailangan pala natin isipin at isecure yung sense of certainty. And meron din some of you, kung hindi naman related to the online class, meron sa inyo, meron ba? I just want to know in the comment section below, na nagsisettle sa relationship with no label. Napatigil din ako kasi inaantay ko mag-comment, diba? So, yung mga bagay kasi na gano'n, this past few, ito kasing generation nyo ngayon, parang some of you settles for relationship na walang certainty kung saan papunta. Hindi lang din naman ito about mag-boyfriend or mag-girlfriend na relationship. This is also something to do with friendship. Kasi di ba, sometimes you meet people pero di mo sure if you want to be friends with this person or if you want to keep distance kasi feeling mo hindi siya good for your for your circle, ganon. So, ito yung one thing na kailangan natin i-secure para maging composed ang ating mental health care. So, yun, certainty. So, second, which is sunod sa slide, ang tinatawag na variety, which is sense of change, interest, and adventure. Kasi diba, since it's pandemic and we're on a lockdown, yung mga curfew nililift na for some places, nililift na yung curfew. For some naman, medyo matagal-tagal yung curfew, pero meron pa din eh. And then limited pa din yung access, limited pa din yung pwedeng lumabas. So, nararamdaman natin yung emosyon na pakiramdam natin walang bago sa routine. Some of you, gigising, for example, meron kayong klase, gigising kayo ng aga, mag-aalmusal. Some of you hindi na nag-aalmusal kasi late na bumangon, so diretso klase, diba? Mag-aaral, afternoon, whole day yung klase, magme-merienda in between classes, tapos magde-dinner. Di ko alam kung saan yung sisingit yung ligo niyo, hopefully naliligo pa kayo. Tapos after that, after mag-dinner, mag-aaral ulit, magko-comply sa mga modules, sa mga requirements. Tapos, hindi ko rin alam kung some of you na may time pa kayo for other stuff. Pero, yung mga tinutukoy ko dito na wala ng sense of change is yung parang routine na paulit-ulit yung ginagawa nila araw-araw. And that's one thing na sobrang makaka-apekto sa emotional well-being nyo. Kasi, nakakasawa. Walang bago, stagnant, hindi maganda for yourself. So, later on, as we go, meron akong ipoprovide the suggestion for you guys to at least try to be okay in times of alam mo yun, hardship. So, yun. Tapos, at the same time, sa variety na din ng interest. Kasi, some of us gustong mag-beach, di ba? Ano din to? Something to do with adventure. Some of us want mag-beach, some of us gustong mag-try ng something new na sports. Pero, since it's lockdown yan, limited yung stuff na pwede mong gawin. Alam mo, nakukulog ka eh. So, ito yung mga bagay na importanteng alamin mo sa sarili mo para maging okay. So, pangatlo, on the third slide, please, is yung tinatawag na significance. Ito yung sense of uniqueness, individuality, and being special. Sana all special. Sino ba yung gustong mag-settle sa less, di ba? No one deserves less, di ba? We all deserve better. So, masarap sa pakiramdam na special ka, not because self-centered ka or whatever, but alam mo yon, you're doing your very best to be the best version of yourself. So, it's good reminder na may meaning ka, may purpose ka sa buhay, sa mundo. Meron kang ambag, meron kang nagagawa na meaningful, na hindi selfish. Alam mo yun, na ikagaganda, ikisasarap sa pakiramdam kasi nag-ambag ka. Alam mo yun, di ba? Sino ba dito yung nag-outing yung tropa tapos walang ambag, di ba? Parang, uy, maya ka naman. Mag-ambag ka naman kahit kwento, di ba? So, yun. Yun yung tinatawag na sense of uniqueness and individuality kasi you have to figure out within yourself ano yung meron sa'yo na lalo mong aayusin para maging better version of it, para makatulong. Di lang din naman, minsan kasi kapag you try your best to be the best version of yourself, make sure na you're doing it for yourself, not for other people, not because of other people, but because you wanted to grow. Kasi at the end of the day, kapag okay ka na, mas malaki yung pwede mong itulong sa ibang tao. Kasi one of our toxic traits, tayong mga tao, initially, we really wanted to help. Good naman ang intention mo. You wanted to help. Sige, tumulong ka. But the thing is, nakakalimutan na natin na hirap din tayo eh. Diba? Hirap din tayo. So, one thing na take away na I want you to learn from this is that, yes, na-appreciate ko na you really wanted to help. But, help yourself first. Tulungan mo muna yung sarili. And, pupunta na tayo sa fourth of the six, which is yung love and connection. This is a sense of acceptance, belonging, and support. So, when it comes to love and connection, feeling ko kasi, alam niyo ba guys, when I'm doing this, pag ini-invite ako to be a, tawag dito, keynote speaker or guest speaker sa mga ganitong talk, ano kasi ako gusto ko interactive. So, like, gusto ko na-interact ko kayo as much as possible. Yun nga, gusto ko na hug ko kayo like in person. Pero since it's pandemic and I appreciate the team of this organization na they adapted digitally para ma-providean kayo ng quality education and quality learning katulad ng kamustahan ito. So yun, pag ini-invite ako, lagi kong kinukumusta. Feeling ko kung makikita ko kayo right now with this topic, love and connection. Some of you would say, paano naman kaming mga single? Some of you would react, wala bang connection kapag single? Feeling ko you're wrong. Kasi it doesn't have to be in a relationship for you to be able to connect with other people. You can be single and still connect with other people. Ayoko ma-misinterpret. I'm not saying na lumandi kayo, kids. Hindi ko yun sinasuggest. But what I'm trying to say is, get to know more people. Alam mo yun? Meet new friends, meet new networks. Kasi these people, kanya-kanya to ng mga pinagdaanan, kanya-kanya ng stories to tell. And when you focus more on listening than talking, you'll learn a lot. And one of my greatest lessons I've learned as I grow is that ang dami mong matututunan sa kwento ng ibang tao. So, during this pandemic, this is what we really crave for. Yung love and connection. Kasi, yes, some of you, yung generation nyo na kasi, nabuhay na sila sa digital age. So, sanay na kayo sa chat, diba? Parang, feeling nyo, pag araw-araw kayong china-chat, effort na yon, it's not. It's the bare minimum, kids. Okay. I'm not saying na we don't appreciate yung mga people na we check on us, but alam mo yon, it's the bare minimum. Kailangan talaga natin kung saan yung isa't isa. And it's good na ma-maximize nyo yung social media platforms. That could be messenger or mag-text kayo or mag-call kayo or whatever. Pero, diba, I think everyone would agree with me naman na it's hard to connect digitally kasi iba pa din kapag physical interaction. Diba? And we're all hoping na things might get better para bumalik na tayo sa ganung normal situation. So, right now, what I'm asking you is to be there for the people that matters to you. Iparamdam nyo na sinusuportahan nyo sila, na belong sila, and tanggap nyo sila. Kasi kailangan natin yun lahat right now. So, next slide please. Eto. This one is very complicated kasi nag-iba na yung standard ng growth. I'm not saying na we invalidate what you feel is growing, but I'm saying na iba na yung standard ng growth. Di ba na-mention kanina na feeling nyo nakukulob yung sarili nyo kasi di kayo lumalabas, same routine kayo everyday, araw-araw pa ulit-ulit kayo ng ginagawa, ganun. And some of you would ask, hindi na ba ako nag-grow? Feeling ko, alam mo yun, parang nag-aaral naman ako everyday, pumapasok naman ako sa school, pero feel ko hindi na ako nag-grow. No, it's not like that naman. You're growing. It's just medyo slow-faced lang, pero it's still growth eh. Diba? Small progress is still progress. And ito kasi, pinaka-importante para ma-meet nyo yung growth na yon, do not be hard on yourself. Di ba, some of us, lagi tayong kind sa ibang tao eh. Start being kind to yourself. Always talk to yourself with kind words. Instead of saying, hindi mo na naman na-comply yung requirements, ang bobo mo talaga, sana hindi ka na lang nag-engineer, hindi ka naman magaling sa math. Instead of saying those words, might as well, saan ba ako nahihirapan na math? Kasi yung friend ko naman na magaling, available naman siya, baka pwede niya akong turuan. Diba? Kasi yun yung problema sa atin mga tao eh. We tend to always knock ourselves down. Biniblame natin yung sarili natin for being less of a person, which is meron namang counterpart yun. Which is yun na, to appreciate kung ano man yung mga pagkukulang mo and then do something about it. Kaya nga tayo merong, this word kasi so powerful, kaya meron tayong room for growth kasi ganun ka-exciting yung life. You are always going to be better. And lastly, yung contribution. So, this one is the desire to give to those around us. So, aside sa ongoing pandemic, ang dami nang nangyari, diba? Kaya nga, i-segue ko lang ulit, no, na para sa mga kararating lang sa webinar na to, I want you to upload something that you value most right now, and then tag One Hugs PH on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, and then we'll get back to you kasi share natin to sa mga friends natin. And then use the hashtag kumustahan. So, yun nga. Like what I have mentioned, sobrang importante na kinukumusta natin yung isa't isa, lalo na yung mga taong importante sa atin. Kasi aside sa ongoing pandemic, ang daming nangyari. Baha sa Metro Manila, some parts of Luzon, may mga, ang dami nangyayari. Dagdag mo pa dito yung kakulangan ng alalay ng gobyerno na lahat ay kinakagalit natin. Pero wala tayong magagawa about it, but stay galit. Alam mo yun? Kailangan natin lumaban sa mga karapatan na deserve natin. Kasi we deserve a better government. We deserve better governance. Kaya, yon. So, na-appreciate ko na some of you are part of donation drives. Diba? So, this could be a literal contribution na naaambag nyo sa ongoing problems. Yung mga donation drives or whatever. Some of you would ask, paano po ako? Wala po kasi akong pera, wala po akong maambag kasi ayoko pong manghingi sa parents ko kasi ayun, wala manghingi, tapos wala kang maambag na financially. The least you could do is be there with someone. Alam nyo, meron pang mas malaking ambag na pwede nyo ibigay. Yun ay mag-focus ka sa sarili mo. Kasi no matter how small you think sa sarili mo, ako, personally, excited akong lumaki ka. Excited akong ma-achieve mo kung ano man yung naisip mong goal right now. Maybe that's to graduate kasi napapagod ka na sa school. Gusto mo lang gumraduate and wala ka pang plans after that. That's okay. It's not small. Excited akong gumraduate ka. Some of you, ang iniisip ngayon ay gusto ko nang makapagtapos kasi ang hirap ng buhay. Gusto ko nang tumulong sa mga magulang ko. Nahihiya na ako sa kanila, wala akong maambag sa bahay. Do not worry, kids. Do not hurry kasi your parents love you so much. They understand what you're going through. They're being patient with you as well. Kaya be patient in yourself. So siguro yun yung pinakaunang maliit na ambag na pwede nyo gawin for this to be a better place. Be kind to yourself. So, to summarize, next slide please. Ito yung famous 6 human needs ni Mr. Anthony Robbins. Certainty, variety, significance, love and connection, growth, and contribution. So these 6 things are the things na shinare ko sa inyo na kailangan yung namnamin so that you guys could figure out within yourselves ano ba yung pwede nyo pang gawin to improve. Alin dito yung kasi palaging merong paraan eh. Palaging pwedeng magbago. Palaging pwedeng maging better. Palaging pwedeng umusad. Kaya kung pakiramdam mo right now, you're stuck. Pakiramdam mo right now, hindi ka na-appreciate. Pakiramdam mo right now, hindi ka graduate. Lahat ng thoughts na yun is mali. And hopefully, these 6 human needs ay makatulong sa'yo to figure it out. So, on my next slide, please. I would like you to meet Juan. Okay, so ano ba to? What is One Hugs? So some of you, kung hindi niyo pa kilala si Juan, One Hugs is a non-profit organization that aims to be there. It provides a safe space digitally kasi alam mo yun, it's an online friend. People here are not licensed psychologists or professional health workers, but people here are trained conversationalists. Naiintindihan ka ni Juan, naiintindihan ka ng kausap mo dito, pinakikinggan ka genuinely at hindi ini-invalidate kung ano man yung nararamdaman mo. So, I'm leaving One Hugs here for you to try para sa mga tao. Ito naman ay hindi lang para sa mga nalulungkot or sa mga kailangan ng kausap. Para din to sa mga masaya, sa mga excited. Kung wala kayong mapag-sharean ng excitement na yon, One is here. You can message One. Kwento mo lang na parang, uy, One, ang taas ng grades ko ngayon. Hindi ako makapaniwala kasi this past few days, nag-cram ako, nagulat ako, kaya ko pala yun. And magugulat ka kung paano ni Juan ma-appreciate yung effort na nagawa mo for yourself or sa academic mo. One Hugs kasi, nabuo siya. Ang lungkot-lungkot na kasi ng buhay. The least we could do is to be there for someone. So yun yung number 1 goal ni Juan. And yes, if some of you were asking, we would like, sa team ng One Hugs, we would like to give free hugs, as in literal na yakap. Pero not right now, because it's still pandemic, it's not safe outside, social distancing and all that. Pero siguro sooner or later, hopefully, as we try our very best to be a good, community, and then siguro sasamahan na lang din natin ng prayers. Hopefully, maging better ang sitwasyon. And when it's all better, we will really be giving away free hugs for everyone. Kasi some of you are really craving for hugs, diba? But right now, One Hugs is still giving away free hugs. Pero not literal na hug. Hindi ito yung like wrapping your arms around someone. It's not like that. But it's more of it's more of letting you know na there's this one person who believes in you and who will always be there for you. And si Juan. So I would like you to try One on Messenger. Pwede nyo siyang i-chat. Our team is trying our very best to provide One 24/7. But right now, it's best available between 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. And if some of you nag-message ng later than that night, the team is trying its very best to provide you ng kausap. Pero, ayun nga. Yun. Kasi hindi naman lahat din ng friends nyo alam si One Hugs, diba? So what I'm asking right now is for you guys to share this also. Kasi baka mas may nangangailangan, baka may kilala kayong kailangan ng kausap, One is here. And something that I can really vouch right now is this is a safe space. One is not judging you. Kahit ano, pwede nyo ikwento. And Next slide, please. Ayan. So, me and my team provided things to help you be okay. Kasi, alam niyo naman kids, ako, hindi kasi, sabi ko gusto ko interactive, di ba? But right now kasi, as if I'm talking with the screen, so hindi ko nakukuha yung reactions niyo, which is I feel bad, but later on naman, I'll get back to the comment section and read kung ano man yung mga feedback niyo and all that. And then later daw ata ay may question and answer portion. And then yun nga, para mabalikan ko din kayo again, sasabihin ko lang ulit, upload a photo most related to the question, what you value most right now. And then use the hashtag kumustahan and tag 1Hogs kung saan nyo man siya upload, either on Twitter, Instagram, or on Facebook. And then we'll try to get back on you doon sa post nyo. So these things are the things that I want to suggest to you. And i-share ko lang din sa inyo yung personal input ko about this para, alam niyo, baka may learnings kayo from what I do. So first, find something new to do. So, yun, I just want to share na during the pandemic, I bought myself kalimba. Alam niyo ba yung kalimba? It's a musical instrument na para siyang finger piano na it's soothing for the ears. Medyo madali siyang aralin para sa mga super beginner, para sa mga walang idea how to play an instrument. Madali siyang aralin. But sometimes it's frustrating kasi parang, syempre pag nag-start ka, palang gigil ka, gusto mo makatugtog ka kaagad, di ba? Yun, so I bought myself a kalimba. I'm trying to learn songs and sobrang fulfilling na nakakatugtog ka ng mga songs na inaaral mo pa lang. Another thing is, from time to time, nagbabike ako. So, that's my way of exercising na din as well. And then, I get to go to places na, alam mo yun, nagbabike ka lang. Kasi yun yung good thing and perks about biking eh. Na-exercise ka na, you get to go to places pa na, alam mo yun, fulfilling kasi pinedal mo eh. Sarili mong paa, yung literal na, kaya ka nakarating kasi sarili mong paa. So, yun, baka may takeaway lang kayo doon. Baka may something new kayo to do. And please, let me know on the comment section below. Kahit weird pa yan or feeling nyo walang gumagawa yon, ano ba yung something new na ginawa nyo during the pandemic? Kasi di ba, on Facebook, on other social media platforms, ang witty na ng mga tao, ang dami nilang naiisip gawin. Dalgona coffee, from Dalgona coffee to other TikTok activities, ang daming pwedeng gawin. So, let me know kayo, ano bang something na bagong ginagawa nyo during the pandemic? Meron sa inyo, hindi ata sumasayo, pero sumasayo na. So, yun. Another thing, take a rest from time to time, and this is very important, really mean it. So, take a rest from time to time and really mean it. Kasi guys, what I wanna share with you, sobrang addict ko magtrabaho. When I was a student like you, hindi naman ako that much Gina estudyante. Pero I'm trying my very best na mag-aral ng mabuti kasi una-una sa lahat nahihiya ako sa mga magulang ko na we don't have much, hindi kami mayaman, but they're trying their very best to provide me good education. Kaya the least I could do is be a good student. Kaya nag-aral ako ng mabuti. So as I grow, nung nagtatrabaho na ako, sobrang addict ko magtrabaho. Which is, kapag naririnig siya ng mga tao, akala, good naman yun na masipag ka, nagtatrabaho ka. It's not. I've learned that it's not. It's okay to be masipag, but the thing is, as much as importanteng maging, purposeful sa job mo, importante rin magpahinga. Yun yung one thing na kailangan nyo matutunan. Find time to rest. And don't feel bad about resting. Some of you kasi, alam nyo, share ko lang din, yung sister ko kasi, she's also a student like you. She's a third year college student. Sobrang dami niyang workloads. So, sobrang dami niyang akad loads. So, aral siya ng aral. Lagi siya nagko-complain na napapagod na siya, nafe-feel bad siya na pag nagpahinga siya, natatambakan siya and all that. What I'm always telling her is that, resting is also being productive. Yun yung something na you have to learn. Hindi porket nakapahinga kayo is hindi na kayo productive. Because kaya naman kayo nagpapahinga is para din sa sarili nyo. Kasi, guys, it's gonna take a toll on you kapag inabuso niyo yung katawan niyo, kapag inabuso niyo yung sarili. So, please, really mean it pag nag-assign kayo ng time to take a rest. Another thing, ito medyo complicated to kasi I want you to surround yourself with people that's good for your mental health. I'm not saying that you should cancel some of your friends. Hindi ko sinasabi na kapag ganito, yung friend ko, masyadong rant ng rant sa Facebook, natotoxic ako, cancel ka na, una kita. I'm not saying na ganun, no. I'm not saying na you should build a hate to yourself. But what I'm trying to say is, kilala nyo itong mga kaibigan mo. Kilala mo itong mga kaibigan mo na ito. And some of them are important sa'yo sa mga ibang angle, sa ibang angle ng life. Di ba? I guess some of you would agree with me. Kunyari, meron kayong ikukwento about love life. Diba? Parang, uy, alam mo ba, yung crush ko, chinap ko, tapos inaaya niya na akong lumabas, mag-date daw kami. Diba? Hindi mo naman ito kwento sa lahat ng friends mo, di ba? Meron ka ng friends na pinagkukwentuhan kasi, alam mo yun, itong friend na to, para maintindihan kayo ano love life level. Pag naman ang problema mo, for example, ay family problem, parang, uy, alam mo ba, palagi na lang kami nag-aaway ni mama kasi hindi na ako nakakatulong sa bahay kasi hindi niya naiintindihan, ang dami kong ginagawa, hindi na ako makatulong sa gawain bahay, blah, blah. Hindi mo naman to sinasabi sa lahat ng friends mo, di ba? You select few of your friends who you would want to share this struggle, this story of you. So what I'm trying to say is, wala kang control, wala sa atin, kahit sino sa atin, walang control sa kung anong opinion ng ibang tao or sa kung anong action ng ibang tao or sa kung anong gagawin nila. But you have control on people na papasok sa buhay mo or sa mga bagay na ma-absorb mo as a person. So what I'm trying to say is, surround yourself with people na good for yourself, good for your mental health. At ito, hindi ito pagiging makasarili. Hindi ka makasarili for trying to provide yourself a good circle. And it's okay to do that. Another thing, ito medyo mahirap gawin, but social media detox. I tried this a lot of times, pero, and to tell you, sobrang nakatulong talaga siya. What I did was deactivate my Facebook account. This was before because I feel like maintaining a Facebook is so dito parang ang ano niya, parang ang hassle kasi you have to update from time to time people you barely know, people who barely cares for you. For what? For a little validation. Diba? Some of us kasi secretly posting something because we needed validation. Which is, I don't judge naman. Okay lang yun. Kasi, okay lang yun. Okay lang na kailangan mo yun eh. It's something na naisip mo would make you feel better. And that's okay. So, kung hindi kayo makapag-social media detox since kailangan nyo yung Facebook nyo, Messenger nyo on school or whatever, meron akong i-share sa inyo na sobrang nakatulong sa akin. Off your notification. Alam nyo, sobrang nakatulong siya sa peace of mind ko kasi every time na may nagpo-pop up sa phone ko, may notification, may nag-chat, nagpapanik ako eh. Like, is it work-related? Is it from a friend? Is it from a family member? Is it from my crush? Don't chat ng crush ko eh. Sana all. Pero diba, dahil nag-off ako ng notification, di naman nabubother. Matawa ako mag-isa. Gusto ko interactive talaga tayo. Natawa ba kayo? Anyway, ayun nga. Please let me know if it's effective. I'll try my very best to be there for you guys. Babalikan ko kayo. Pero please, itry nyo. Mag-off kayo ng notification either on your messages, on your social media accounts. Off your notification. And I'm not saying na use this as an excuse to your partner, sa mga boyfriend and girlfriends nyo, or to your friends na, uy, sorry, di kita nireply, di kasi nag-notif. Alam ko na yan, mga galawan nyo. I'm not saying na abuse that, but I'm trying to say is that it's one thing na para makatulong sa peace of mind. So I hope it helps. Let me know if it's effective. Another thing is, enjoy your own company. So ito, very important to. Haba kasi yung discussion kapag I go further. Pero what I want you to do is, isipin nyo ha, naghahanap kayo ng makakapartner nyo in life, ng makakasangga nyo through thick and thin. Ito, para itong sa mga relationship. This could be also sa mga friends nyo. Naghahanap kayo ng group of friends na ma-appreciate kayo, na, alam mo yun, tanggap ka for who you are. Lagi tayong nagsisik ng other people, ng third party. But this thing is very empowering. Enjoy your own company. Always ask yourself, kapag na-meet ko ba yung sarili ko, am I gonna be happy? Am I gonna be friends with her? Am I gonna say na, oh, you're cool? Ano bang feedback ko sa kanya? And please do not hate yourself. And kung feeling nyo, shucks, kung makaka-encounter ako ng sarili ko, weird, parang ayoko siyang maging friend. Then it's okay kung feeling nyo hindi kayo good person or may kulang sa inyo, figure it out. And then try your very best to be better. Alam mo yan? Try to be the best version of yourself para sa sarili nyo. And then after that, it's gonna be a feedback para rin sa ibang tao. Enjoy your own company. Another thing is, kadugtong na enjoy your own company, kapag okay ka naman sa sarili mo, meet new friends. So, I wanna meet new friends. Kaya itong mga, right now, wala kasi akong access. Again, I have no access sa comment section. But please, comment down below. And then, yun na nga, para din sa mga bagong pasok pa lang sa webinar, please upload something, anything that related to your answer for the question, what do you value most right now? And then from there, siguro we could be friends. Kasi, alam niyo yun, I like to be around with new people. Kasi new learning yun eh. Madami kang matututunan with other people. And ako naman, when I meet new people, it's more of what's in me that I can share rather than anong ambag mo sa buhay ko. So, let's be friends, and kung ano mang matutulong ko sa inyo, let me know. Para maging friends tayo, syempre, you should follow One Hugs PH on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter. Another thing, talk more about how you feel. Ito, lagi kong sinasabi sa inyo na your pain is valid, what you're feeling right now is valid, and you should talk more about it. Huwag niyo kinikim-kim. This specifically goes with our guy friends. So, para sa mga guys dyan na nagkikimkim ng nararamdaman because they feel like they feel less of a guy kapag ka feeling nyo kasi nagdadrama kayo eh. Kapag alam mo yon, if you really hurt, let that person know. Madali lang magsalita na, oy, medyo off yung sinabi mo kanina, nasaktan ako. And it's not okay. Good communication, di ba? Pero I'm not saying na breakan mo na yung girlfriend mo right now. But I'm saying, talk more about how you feel. Kasi sobrang hirap mag-bottle ng emotion. At some point of your life, sasabog ka na lang and it's not gonna be good. Mas malaki yung damage, mas maraming maapektuhan, mas maraming masasaktan. If you feel like pinoprotektahan mo na yung mga tao sa paligid mo, kaya hindi ka nag-share ng emotion mo, I feel like it's being selfish. So, talk to your friends, talk to your most trusted friends, to your family as well. na, ayun, kung ano man nararamdaman mo. And it's not always naman about being sad. Sometimes kasi, alam mo yun, excited ka about something, pero hindi mo malabas kasi feeling mo i-invalidate. Ito pala, some of us kasi are not very good friends. Hindi tayo good mag-function as a friend. For example, yung friend natin excited magkwento na parang, uy, alam nyo ba, nag-start na ako mag-vlog. So parang excited siya i-share sa inyo yung news na yun. And then some of you would say, ay, vlog, really mamak nyo na parang vlog, blah, 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 blah. Na akala nyo okay lang kasi friend nyo siya. But thing is, na-hurt siya kasi the very first person na feeling niya unang susuporta sa kanya is kayo. Diba? So, if you're that friend, please don't be that friend. You should really talk more about how you feel. Another thing, second to the last, eat healthy. I'm not suggesting for you to eat vegetable or fruits lang or dietary. Wala. I mean, hindi ko na hawak kung anong gusto nyo kainin. Kasi ako naman din, kumakain pa din naman ako ng fatty foods and malakas ako sa soft drinks. But what I'm trying to say is, dahan-dahan, try to switch onto healthy eating. This could be, sige, kahit hindi na sa food na you take kahit sa time na kumakain ka. Make sure na you're eating in the morning, in lunch, and in dinner. Tapos, from there, siguro, yun, eat healthy. Kasi, some of you, napapabayaan nyo na yung pagkain nyo kasi ang excuse nyo, marami kayong ginagawa. So, please, eat healthy and eat sa tamang oras. And the last suggestion that I would like to personally share with you guys is dress up. I'm not saying na literal na like pumorma kayo or whatever kasi sinasabay lang kayo. Para sa mga girls out there, if you wanted to put makeup on and then feeling nyo ma-judge kayo kasi saan ka naman pupunta sa kwarto ka lang, that's okay. Put your makeup on. That's okay. And kayo naman guys, if feeling nyo sayang sa labahan or sayang sa tubig, di naman kayo aalis, maligo pa din kayo. Kasi ang sarap sa pakiramdam, simulan yung araw nang naligo, nang malinis ka, literal. It makes you feel good about yourself. Dress up also is yan. Alam mo yun, wear clean clothes, wear things na parang feeling mo aalis ka pa din. Ganon, parang groom yourself, literal. Kasi it will add up sa pagiging, alam mo yun, pagiging feel good mo sa sarili mo. So, yeah. Again, here are the things that I highly suggest for you to do. Those things naman I've shared, medyo similar sa what I've done. Pero, hindi naman ito talaga yung pinakasangkap. Meron pang iba dito na nakalimutan ko siguro idagdag. And if so, let us know in the comment section below. And then, para ma-share na din natin to sa other friends natin. Para malaman nila kung what works for you. And siguro kasi, what works for me doesn't work for other people. So, iba-iba naman yung scenario. So, let me know if this helps. And, ayun, up to my last slide siguro. This talk is to remind you all that, ayan, nasa screen, you are all loved. So, yun. Thank you so much. That ends my talk for today. So, do you have any questions? Let me know. I'm not sure if someone will guide me to the question and answer or... Yeah.
Thank you, Miss CM Yanesa, for your inspiring words. Sobrang sarap po sa pakiramdam na nararamdaman namin kayo kahit po virtual lang. And we hope po lahat ng nanonood ganun din po yung nararamdaman. And guys, always remember na you are loved.
Yes, you are.
Ayan, ngayon naman, I think you already know the drill. We'll have another 15-minute question and answer session.
Feel free
Okay.
to ask anything, lalo na para dun sa mga kanina pa na may gustong itanong pero nahihiya. This is your last chance. Click the link in the comment section and use Access Link 2020.
So, ayan, meron na po tayong first question. So, yung una pong question is, were there episodes in your life where you feel too sensitive, too conscious, and feel like there won't be an end for it? Thank you po.
Sorry, I didn't get the last part.
Ay, okay po. Ulitin ko na lang po yung question. So, were there episodes in your life where you feel too sensitive, too conscious, and feel like there won't be an end for it? Thank you.
I see. Good question yun Thank you so much na nagtanong doon. And I feel like kinukumusta nyo din ako, kaya thank you for that question. Yes, sometimes meron akong episode in my life kasi no matter how much I try my very best to be composed, tao lang din ako, may nararamdaman. So at some point of my life, nasasaktan ako. Some point of my life, nako-conscious ako na feeling ko kahit anong gawin kong improve sa sarili ko, laging may kulang. And yun nga, yung last question pala is if feeling ko hindi siya matatapos. Yes guys, it's normal. Nararamdaman ko yun lahat. But what I do is, alam niyo yun, positive reinforcement. Mahirap man, pero pag your mind kasi is so powerful. Kapag dinivert nyo itong mga negative thoughts na to into something positive, slowly you're gonna learn to alam mo yun, go maging better version nga ng sarili mo. So for example, ako, nararamdaman ko na pakiramdam ko may kulang pa sa akin, na nape-pressure ako kasi people expect something from me pero ito lang ako, mga ganong scenario. Pero what I do is that instead of thinking about those thoughts, mas finifeed ko yung sarili ko na, okay pala kasi pakiramdam mo kulang ka pa eh. So sige, ano pa yung mga pwede natin idagdag? Ano pa yung mga bagay na pwede natin itry? And yes, don't be scared na feeling nyo stuck kayo kasi darating talaga yun sa buhay nyo. And tuloy lang. Pause for a while, pero tuloy lang.
So yung next question po is medyo po mahaba, medyo parang hindi po, medyo complicated po yung pagkakakonstruct pero dadahan-dahanin ko na lang po.
Sige.
Paano ko po matutulungan ang sarili ko na iwasan na ang kain ng kain at mag-workout araw-araw? Nagawa ko na po ito dati sa pamamagitan ng change of environment. Ang mga pinapanood ko ay tungkol sa fitness. Bago ako umuwi sa bahay, diretso gym para no choice kung di mag-workout pero hindi ko na ito magagawa. Nahihirapan ako mag-workout kasi wala akong gana at mas madali na lang humiga at mag-binge watch hanggang makatulog at ang dami ko laging kinakain. Gawa ng maraming pagkain lagi sa bahay at hindi ko mapigilan ang sarili ko na hindi kumain. Lungkot o saya, kakain at kakain pa rin ako at nag-aalala na ako sa aking physical health dahil na rin sa mental health ko na wala na gana kumilos. Ayun po.
Okay. So feeling ko ang struggle ng nag-question is food is life. Diba? Feeling ko yun yung struggle niya na parang he wanted to switch into healthy living. He wanted to do exercises, gusto niyang maging fit, gusto niyang kumain ng nutritious food, pero na-frustrate siya kasi may something about him that's bothering him, his mental health, which drives him to eat a lot. Alam mo yun, parang anong tawag yun yung eating na stress eating. Diba? Stress eating. So, siguro, ang pwede ko lang ma-share with you is that simulan mo siguro sa do not be hard on yourself. Feeling ko kasi, wala naman itong hindi ito something na kailangan mong ika-bother. Kasi you're doing okay. What you have to do muna is kumalma ka, eat anything you want. Kumain ka lang, that's okay. And then, wag mong sagarin yung sarili mo na kailangan ko mag-workout, kailangan ko mag-gym. Kasi nape-pressure yung person na nag-question, nape-pressure siya na parang pagod na siya, mag-binge watch na lang siya ng series or whatever. Siguro yun, simulan mo sa do not be hard on yourself. And then after that, if you feel like exercising, go! Pero kung feel mo like magpahinga, go lang din. Kasi from there, you figure out what really matters. And then from there, sige, kung gusto mo pala talagang maging fit. Kasi after all, ano ba guys, do not exercise, depende sa goal niya nung nag-question. Gusto mo bang mag-exercise to tone your body ba? Or nagre-reduce ka ba ng weight? Iba-iba ng goal Pero hopefully, ang goal mo lang is to stay fit. And I think you're doing okay naman.
Okay po, thank you po. So may next question naman po. Ang tanong po niya is, paano po ako makakatulong para mag-improve ang mental health ng isang friend? Possible na may illness na may pamilyang hindi naniniwala sa mental health illness.
Sorry to, kasi medyo nag-lag ako. Yung question mo is, yung friend, ulit, sorry ulit.
So, ang tanong po is, paano po ako makakatulong para mag-improve ang mental health ng isang friend? Possible na may illness, na may pamilyang hindi naniniwala sa mental health illness.
I see. Thank you so much sa nagtanong nito. I really feel like you're a kind person for being, concerned sa friend mo. This is what we do in One House. This is what we do. So basically, you're on board with us. What you have to do is be there for your friend. You don't have to be alone. Kailangan mo lang is, sometimes kasi yung mga, those people with mental illness, what they really need lang for the meantime is someone who will genuinely listen to them. And I'm sorry, I'm so sorry for your friend na yung family niya is hindi pa din naniniwala sa sitwasyon ng mental health care ng Pilipinas, but siguro dahan-dahan natin ipapaunawa sa ibang tao na mental health is as much as important as physical health. Siguro right now, what you could do is be there for your friend. Be a good listener. Siguro yun lang muna.
So, thank you po. So, yung next question po is, for sure po marami pong makaka-relate kasi marami mong walang may label sa mga panahon po. So, yung last question po is, okay lang po ba na sa no label kasi hindi pa po handa both parties sa legal commitment pero chine-cherish naman po yung isa't isa?
Alright, I see. This question has a lot of loopholes. Alam mo yon, parang wave yung question, parang wala kaming label kasi dinadahan-dahan namin. Kasi love ko siya, pero ayaw pa namin mag-commit. This, in all level, is wrong. Na-mention ko na to kanina na we all deserve better. Do not ever settle for less than what you deserve. But, meron kasing Finland. Some of us, sinasabi, okay lang ba, wala muna tayong label. I mean, hindi muna tayo boyfriend and girlfriends, pero we'll try to get to know more about each other. And then siguro kapag okay na tayo, tsaka natin lalagyan ng label. Tama ako? May mga ganun di ba? But, thing is, alam mo yon, i-value mo yung sarili mo. Kasi, ang hindi na nakikita ng mga kabataan ngayon, ginagawa nyo na yung mga ginagawa ng mag-boyfriend and girlfriend, yet hindi nyo pa nilalagyan ng tawag yung relationship. And it's not healthy. Kasi, one thing, sa relationship kasi, one thing na magpo-prove ng genuine yung emotion mo, genuine yung care mo dun sa tao, is commitment. And obviously, in that question, kung hindi siya makapag-settle sa, if that person is settling sa no label, it's not gonna be a healthy relationship. Hindi ko to, I don't suggest. Pero if you feel like this is something na okay sa'yo, that's okay. Pero yun nga. Makinig nilang kayo sa
So, ayan po. Thank you po. Meron pa pong mga next question. Ang tanong naman po niya is it normal being sad tapos hindi mo alam kung bakit? Basta malungkot lang, ganun. Ang bigat pero di mo alam kung bakit.
Yes. And kung sino ka man na nagtanong nito, virtual hug. So, what ang happen right now. And I'm sorry if sometimes you feel sad for no reason. I want to tell you na people, nasasad sila, sabi nila for no reason. But the truth is, merong reason. At that moment, hindi pa lang natin alam kung ano yung pinanghuhugutan ng lungkot natin. And that's okay. That's normal. Sabi ko nga sa inyo, you are allowed to feel whatever it is that you're feeling right now. And it's okay to be sad for no apparent reason. And eventually, with the help of your friends, dahan-dahan i-compose nyo saan ba nanggagaling yung lungkot. Kasi meron at meron pinanggagalingan nyo.
So, thank you po. So next question po is, masama po ba ang masyadong pagiging optimistic sa mga bagay-bagay kahit hindi naman ito nakakatulong?
Yes! Yes! It's wrong. Ang tawag doon ay toxic positivity. So, alam mo yon, sabi ko nga sa inyo, ito kasi yung misconception palagi ng mga tao na kapag masaya ka, it's positive. Pag malungkot ka, it's negative. Which is, it's not. Being sad doesn't mean it's a negative connotation. Sometimes being sad is okay. Kasi parang mas mabuboost nito yung sarili mo, mas ma-appreciate yung good things in life. Kaya parang kapag ang sitwasyon ay nanghihingi na maging malungkot ka, be sad. Yung toxic positivity kasi, alam mo yun, kahit naaabuso ka na, kahit hindi ka na nire-replyan, sasabihin mo, okay lang yan, baka busy siya. It's not. It's not okay. Kaya, to answer your question, no, it's not okay.
Ayan, thank you so much po. Meron pa pong next question which is, okay lang po ba na minomotivate mo yung friends mo kahit hindi ka rin motivated?
Actually, that's okay. Sakit kasi yun ng mga tao. Parang initial response natin yun na maging katuwang ng ibang tao. Kasi, di ba, no man is an island. We really need each other to survive. But, sabi ko, it's okay. It's okay na i-motivate mo yung friend mo pero ikaw hindi ka motivated. Hindi ito pagiging hipokrito. It doesn't mean na hindi ka genuine na person. It's okay. But, I highly suggest na work on yourself first. Alam mo bakit? Isipin mo kung gaano ka naging malaking ambag sa friend mo, ganon ka rin magiging kalaking ambag sa society mo kapag you yourself is okay. So,
yung last question po is, how do you stay motivated when no one is watching?
Na-mention ko kanina na you should learn to enjoy your own company. And as time goes by, na-learn ko maging masaya mag-isa. Kasi being alone doesn't connotates naman sa pagiging malungkot. So, what I do to motivate myself is una, I do something I love. Like what I've mentioned, may mga bago akong natutunang gawin. Ginagawa ko yung mga bagay na feeling ko sasaya ko. Another thing, kinakamusta ko yung mga friends ko na, alam mo yun, kasi lahat tayo struggling. So the least we could do is be there for our friends. So kapag mag-isa ako, nagko-contemplate ako, ano yung mga ginawa ko these past few days na kailangan ko pang improve. And to be very honest with you guys, sometimes sobrang wala akong motivation to do more in life. Parang sometimes feeling ko, ayoko na lang. Kasi, yun nga, malungkot, nakakapagod, di ba? Pero, kapag alam mo yun, meron kang reason to be, meron kang purpose, meron kang bigger purpose sa life, siguro enough na yun ng motivation to do more every day. So, yun.
So yun guys, since we're running out of time sa Q&A na part, you can message 1hugsph or you can use their hashtag kumustahan sa mga posts nyo or comments.
Yes.
Ayan. Your words are truly wonderful, Miss Amianeza. To award the certificate, this certificate is awarded to Miss Amianeza for imparting knowledge to the students and sharing insights as a guest speaker for the mental health webinar and signing the theme Chikahan Tayo, dealing with our mental health amidst the online learning during pandemic as part of the link Access Webinar Series 2020 We thank you for your utmost support in this webinar. We hope to see you in our future events, given this 12th of December 2020.
Signed by the head of Link Access Webinar Series 2020, Ms. Crisel Grafil, President of Access 2020-2021, Ms. Claire Eunice C. Amata, Access Advisors, Engineer Orlando V. Pahabera, and Engineer Florinda H. Oquindo, and the Chairperson of Computer Engineering Department, Engineer Julius S. Cancino.
Ayan, again po, thanks so much po, Ms. C.M. Yaneza. And
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much.
So before we formally close this webinar, we would like to say thanks to our guest speakers and syempre sa lahat ng mga dumalo.
Siyempre, hindi pa ito yung last event ni Access. So, para updated kayo, be sure to follow us, Access Official on Facebook, and Official Access on Twitter and Instagram.
So, ayan. Magbabasa tayo ng mga ilang shoutouts. Kaya, tweet us using #AccessLink2020.
So, may mga comments dito kanina na may pinapa-comment si Ma'am C.M. Yaneza na may mga tao din palang nag-comment. So, hopefully mabasa niya.
Do you guys meet me here pa or
You can check na lang po yung live stream po. Nandun po yung comments nung iba, nung mga kinwestiyon nyo po kanina.
Alright, sige. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you po.
Thank you so much
Thank
po.
you so much po.
So, ayan. Again, gusto ulit namin magpasalamat sa inyong mga dumalo at sinamahan kami hanggang dito sa dulo ng ating webinar.
So guys, we are expecting na kung ano yung nakuha naming lesson sa kanila, and nakuha nyo rin, and sana ma-apply natin yon. And always remember na there is someone na nandito para sa'yo. And always remember nga na you are loved.
Ayan. So, once again, this is Faye Nojeda.
And I am Monica Gabriel Caparas,
your Masters of Ceremony.
See you on our next events.